Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to David Smith Stadium at Raymer Field on the campus of the University of Wisconsin River Falls. It's Division II, Level 1 high school football playoffs. Tonight, the Beaver Dam Golden Beavers have traveled 3 hours and 47 minutes up to River Falls, Wisconsin to take on the number 1 seed River Falls Wildcats. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Kevin Westhouse, along with Jeff Johnson, Rob Derry, and Evan Peterson, and Chris Larson bringing you the action tonight. Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Doing great, Kevin. New season starts tonight for the Wildcats.
Yeah, right now. So let's just go main scoreboard. Let's just do that. All right. There we go. And new season starts tonight. River Falls with a 8-1 record on this season. Against the Golden Beavers from Beaver Dam. Let's talk a little bit about their record. Jeff, what do they got?
Yeah, Golden Beavers are 4-5 on the season, 3-4. Conference record in the East Central Conference. They are the 8th seed, like you mentioned. They had to kind of hope and pray to get into playoffs. They lost a real tough game last week to a 9-0 Plymouth team by a score of 27-26 at home, and because they lost that game, they had to hope that the formula went their way, and it certainly did, as they were able to get the 8th seed in the level or Division II of the WIAA playoffs.
Yeah, number 1 seed River Falls. They got home field all the way through, but they have to take care of business tonight. I always say you can throw all the records out the window when you get to the playoffs, right? Any team can get hot, a few small things can go wrong. You got to play football like you played all season.
Yeah, and this is not a bad football team that's coming into River Falls this evening. Beaver Dam's played some good competition throughout the season. Like we said, they are 4-5, but they gave Plymouth everything that they could handle last week in a 27-26 loss. And you're going to hear the name Parker Blank a lot tonight, number 3. He had 19 carries for an astounding 263 yards and 3 touchdowns last week against Plymouth. They run most of their offense right out of the Wildcat, where he takes a direct snap and picks a direction to go in, and he's strong and he's quick.
It's going to have to be Parker Blank tonight because their other big running back, Brock Healy, is injured tonight. He will not be suited up for the Golden Beavers.
Yeah, and that's a tough loss for them. He was averaging about 12 yards a carry, about 12 yards a carry for the Golden Beavers. So they're going to have to rely on Kodiak Kosinski, the senior running back, to help fill some of the void that they'll be missing from Hiley.
Yes, River Falls, again, this one's going to ride on the arm of Tino Massa and the legs of Joseph Tarasavage.
Absolutely. Tino's had an outstanding year, probably one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the state of Wisconsin, completing almost 73% of his passes for 1,781 yards, 20 touchdowns against only 6 interceptions, led the conference in both yards and touchdowns this season. Tarasavage, you mentioned, he has over 1,200 yards rushing, 21 touchdowns on the year, came in second in the conference in rushing yards. So Wildcats are very balanced offense. They can run the ball and they can throw it as well, which makes things really tough on the defense.
Hey, Jeff, you talked a little bit about the Wildcats in this season. Well, Chris Larson has put a little piece together. Let's go back and spend 2 minutes, take a look back at the season. Well, thank you, Chris Larson, for putting that special piece together. That's a great look back at the season. There's a lot of talent on this team, Jeff.
There really is a lot of talent. Like we said, offensively we talked about some of the key players, but the Wildcats have done a really good job defensively as well this season. You saw some of the highlights right there. Austin Stelright has 7.5 sacks for the season. Thade Dreyer, 79 tackles. Oliver Simmons, the junior defensive back, has 3 interceptions. So at all 3 levels, the Wildcats have playmakers this year.
Sure. So we got number 1 seed. Let's go take a look at the bracket. Here we go. Let's take a look at the Division II and their section up here in the bracket. There it is. As we mentioned, River Falls, number 1 seed, hosting Beaver Dam tonight. They'll play the winner of the Menasha Lacrosse Central game. We'll keep an eye on that. It'll be on your scoreboard down below. Then we'll have Oshkosh North playing Marshfield and Ashwaubenon up in New Richmond. There's a lot of frequent flyer miles tonight from all those teams from the east and southeast traveling north here.
There are, and in fact, one of those games started at 5 o'clock already. You can see the score at the bottom. Number 3, Oshkosh North leads Marshfield by a score of 21-7. That game being played at UW Oshkosh. A couple college campuses, or 3 actually, in this bracket being used. UW River Falls for this game here tonight, and the Lacrosse Central game is at UW Lacrosse tonight.
Yeah, so games that are not on our ticker below, but maybe games of interest. Hudson will be hosting Sun Prairie East in Hudson tonight. And if you didn't know this, Jeff, Sun Prairie East stopped in River Falls today and practiced at the high school.
Oh, did they?
This afternoon. So they did their walkthrough at River Falls High School, then headed on over to Hudson to take on the Hudson Raiders tonight. And then up in Rice Lake, they'll be hosting, is it Menasha, I believe?
Rice Lake is hosting Kaukauna.
Kaukauna, okay, right next to Menasha.
Yep. And that game's also started already.
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's go that. Let's go bring this. Here is the whole Division II bracket. This is a little more difficult to see. There's a ton of games. Our bracket's in the upper left corner. If we should get all the way through, we will play the aforementioned Rice Lake Warriors, who are the number 2 seed on the left side of this Division II bracket. So we'll have to get through New Richmond and Rice Lake if you want to get to the final.
Yeah, a lot of games, like you said. You gotta get through to get there. But Rice Lake right at the bottom there. Kaukauna is giving them everything that they can handle right now. Rice Lake leads 14-7 in the second quarter of that game. That game started at 6 p.m.
Yeah, so there's some familiar faces there on our side of the bracket, and it's going to go through the Big Rivers Conference most likely.
It is, yeah, with River Falls, Rice Lake, New Richmond, lots of Big Rivers representation, certainly in Division II, Section 1.
We should probably thank our game sponsors tonight, the super fan of the game tonight. Let's go thank Nick Kaliva with Earthworks Landscaping. He paid the ransom fee tonight to the WIAA. Thank you, Earthworks Landscaping, for chunking down $250 tonight to help bring this game to you. So if you get a chance, reach out to Nick, give him a text message, stop by the Earthworks Landscaping, and say thank you to Nick Kaliva and Earthworks Landscaping for sponsoring tonight's Level 1 Division 2 playoff game. Yep, let's go back. Oh, yeah. He'll have a good shot down there, Evan. There's Chris right there in the camouflage jacket. He'll be bringing you the shot. Here come the Wildcats out of the locker room. Joey Terras-Savage has the flag. He leads his team out. Boy, I love the atmosphere. Playoff football. It's a brisk 45 degrees, clear night here in River Falls, Wisconsin. Cowbell's active. Boy, I just got some goosebumps. Look at the kids. What a time to be alive for those boys right there and their families, huh?
Have a great student section here tonight. Whiteout night for the students, and good crowd already. And a good representation from Beaver Dam across the way as well.
There's Joseph Terras-Savage. Bring him out! Let's go! Awesome, there they are. American flag, Wildcat flag. Bring him out to midfield. Wildcats in the blue top, the white pant, the white bonnet tonight. Beaver Dam Golden Beavers will be in the white top and the yellow pant. While the Golden Beavers won the toss, they elected to defer and River Falls will take the ball first tonight.
Wildcats will be going from left to right on your television screen. And here come the Golden Beavers.
Kind of a lukewarm reception by the River Falls fans.
Yeah.
Lukewarm.
Not very good hosts.
No. Want to welcome everybody aboard. Let's get up on the chat section. I got to say hello to a few people. I know Anthony Hengst, I think, is in the house tonight, so he...
Like literally in the house, right?
Yeah. So, hello Heidi. Braden Engstrom's on. He's tuned in from Louisville. Go Cats. That a baby, Braden. Lincoln Tremaine. Fox Valley's in the house. Hello, Anthony. Monitor your kids, he said.
To honor America, those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to do so, please stand, remove your hats, place your hand over your hearts, place the flag at the south end of the field for our national anthem.
That's good. Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome to WIAA Division II Level 1 Playoff Football. The Golden Beavers from Beaver Dam have traveled to town to take on your River Falls Wildcats. Hello again, everybody, and welcome. Kevin Westhouse joined by Jeff Johnson to bring you all the action tonight. Rob Derry, the artist, on the camera. Evan Peterson on production tonight, and Chris Larson, fieldside. Great atmosphere tonight, huh, Jeff?
Great atmosphere. Second season, football weather. What more could you ask for?
Hello, Brad Gretz from Orlando, Florida tonight. It's not Florida weather tonight.
It's definitely not Orlando, Florida here.
So again, the River Falls Wildcats will receive the football. Beaver Dam won the toss and deferred. And River Falls has had great success this season on opening drives. I think they've scored on all except 2, I believe.
They have, yep. 7 out of 9 games so far. The Wildcats took their first possession and took the ball into the end zone. Let's see if they can make it 8 for 10 here against a pretty stout Golden Beaver defense.
Everybody good up in the booth? How you feeling over there, Jeff?
Good.
Rob, you good? Evan, you're good? All right, all thumbs up. Our statistician, Dan Jenkins, he's ready to go. I saw him lumbering up his fingers over there for all the stats. Back deep for the Wildcats, Riker O'Keefe and Anthony McPherson on the far side. Kicking off for the Golden Beavers from Beaver Dam will be Cole Hemming. Let's go. Put 12 on the clock. Hemming ready, approaches the football, and we're underway. It's a low line drive kick headed towards the end zone. That's going to reach the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And Wildcats will start on their own 20. That's safe, huh?
Yeah, that's safe. Wildcats will start out like we talked earlier. Very balanced offense led by quarterback Tino Massa, the senior, second year as a starter for the Wildcats. Experienced quarterback, which is what you really need in these very difficult, tense playoff games like we have here tonight at UW River Falls.
Mr. B. Better said this is his favorite night of the week. It's my favorite night of the week, too. It's a lot of people's favorite night. It's Friday Night Lights. It's high school playoff football here in Wisconsin on a crisp one. Let's go!
Wildcats starting out trips on the near side.
Spin it out here to the near side. Gain of about 7 on the play. They go aerial to start the game. I looked away and for 1 second and missed a nice completion to Todd Benedict, I believe.
That was actually Mason Novak.
Thank you.
With the
I'm
reception.
0 for 1.
Yep.
0 for 1.
If you haven't watched the Wildcats play this season, they like to operate most of the game out of the hurry-up offense.
Trips here on the near side. 2-back set. They'll try that same thing again. This time they go to Novak. Novak's got it. He's dancing. He's slicing. He's dicing. He moves ahead past the 30 for first down yardage. A lot of yak on that by Novak. Nice job hitting the Control B button and getting the 2 extra yards.
Yeah, same play twice in a row, both to Novak, trying to get Mason involved early. Last week, Wausau West did a really good job at taking him away, which really opened things up for Todd Benedict.
2 plays, 11 yards. The sophomore, Trevor Bartlett, and Tara Savage. Now Tara Savage got it here up the middle, falls forward for 3. Gain of 3 on first down for Tara Savage, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, we talked about the stout defense earlier for Beaver Dam, especially their run defense. Nice play that time by Landon Groh. He's a senior linebacker. He is one of their leading tacklers.
Yeah. Actually, they only gave him maybe a yard and a half, 2nd and 8. I don't know. Back to pass. They'll go right back to where they started. Pads are popping. Nice job, Todd Benedict. What a second half of the season this kid has had. He's got a couple grinder trophies and a first down for the Wildcats right there.
Yeah, he really has. You hit it right in the head, Kevin. A great second half of the season for Todd Benedict. His numbers have really gone up. Had 10 catches last week against Wausau West.
Joseph Tarasavage up the middle behind the big back of number 75, Sam Simpson. He pushes it forward for 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Right to the midfield stripe they go.
Yeah, we've seen the Wildcats go to that play numerous times this season. Tarasavage off tackle. He's hit a lot of long runs with that this year. That play, Beaver Dam did a good job of stopping him.
2nd and 4. Tarasavage again off the left side. He falls forward. He's got enough for first down yardage. He needed 4. He got 5. Wildcats will move the chains again. And another first down into Beaver Dam territory.
Wildcats have gotten a couple first downs already on this first drive. You can tell Beaver Dam is really trying to limit the big play here.
Back to pass looking. They're going for a home run ball there. Rainbow down the near side. Got a man. Caught. Touchdown. No flags.
So much for limiting the big play right there.
How about Massa to Novak? 40 yards, 6.
Yeah, and we've talked all season about Tino Massa's accuracy, and that one he put right on the money, right in stride to Mason Novak, who beat the corner and was able to get in the end zone for a big touchdown to start off this game for the Wildcats.
We'll go back, take a look at that here in just a second. I know we got the end of it for sure. We'll see what we got, and we'll bring it to you. Boy, he got in behind that safety and off to the races, and he dropped him right down the stovepipe. 6. Carafell boots it up. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 10:03 to go, we're a minute 57 into this one. 7-0 Cats. Let's go back, take a look at this right here. Back to pass, looking. He's got steps. Threw it on him perfect. 3 runs it in. Boy, it's just like we've seen all season.
Yeah, we've seen that play many times. Mason able to get behind the corner there, and Tino recognized it, was open, put it right on him. 6 for the Wildcats.
Anthony Hanks just fell on the clap emoji. I think. That needs clap emojis right there.
28.
28. Oshkosh North 28-7 now over Marshfield. We'll clean that up.
That game's almost over.
That was pretty fun.
No, he saved a spot right next to Nicole here.
Well, Beaver Dam likes to run the football. What they did not want to do is get behind in this game early. Wildcats would like to turn the Golden Beavers into a passing team. They don't like to do that. They'd prefer to run the ball, and it's gonna be really difficult for Beaver Dam, especially if the Wildcats are able to get a few touchdowns early here in the game.
I bet Dan could get us the number, like what is the average point scored by the Wildcats this year? It's got to be at 40, isn't it?
I got that for you. That is 40.3.
Wow, that was pretty lucky I fell on that. I must have watched a game or two.
Yep. And they've given up, like we talked about their defense, they've given up only 17 points a game. So
How are you? Good, how are you?
two strong sides of the football for River Falls so far this season, along with their kicking game, which we've talked about a lot too this season. Gavin Careful's done a great job.
Really good. Jackson Ladron will be the quarterback for Beaver Dam. 6 foot, 165-pound junior.
Yes, other parents do.
He's flanked by two backs. Ashton Seifert and the aforementioned Parker Blank. Whistles, and what do we got? We got a medic or someone running across the field. Let's see. Must have been official because nobody tackled that person running across there. And they had all their clothes on, so it wasn't a streaker. So we're good to go.
It's a little too cold for that
A little
right now.
too cold.
Yep.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10, Beaver Dam. Wildcats up 7-0. They give it to their big horse, Parker Blank. And gang tackled there. Blank gets 4 or 5. We'll call it 2nd and 5.
Yeah, there's that direct snap that we talked about in the pregame show, Kevin, to Parker Blank. Beaver Dam likes to do that. They'll run that same type of concept for over half the game is what they've typically done. Blank will get a lot of carries tonight. He's a good, tough running back.
Hey, Quentin. Hey, Mr. B. Better. Again, glad you're all here. 2nd and 5. To go direct snap again to Blank. Tries to get to the right side. And he's tackled before first down yardage. He gains 3. It'll be 3rd and 2. So Parker Blank, he's 6 foot, 185, and he's a senior. He runs low to the ground, and he's tough to bring down, and he's their guy.
He's their guy. First 2 carries are ready for Blank. 3rd and short here. I'd expect another one.
Going to get a heavy dose of Parker Blank. Blank's got it. Direct snap again. And you know what? He doesn't have it. Austin Stelreich there on the tackle. He might have lost a yard on that. It'll be 4th down for the Golden Beavers. Let's see what they decide to do here early in this football game. I'm not sure if you can go for it and dare fall behind, but I don't see a punt team yet.
Yeah,
4th and a yard and a half. 4th and a solid 1.
Yeah, they probably lost. They might have lost there.
Yeah.
This is a tough decision here for
I think they're going for it, Jeff.
for Coach Brock Lindy.
Wow. Maybe they'll try to draw them off sides. Hold your water here. They feel like they can get a yard. They're going to go for it. Blank runs it up in there.
They
He's
got
got a first down. He needed a yard. He got 4. Move the chains. That's pretty gutsy call early in the game. That's a lot of confidence in your back is what that is.
It's gutsy. You know, obviously he does have a lot of confidence in Blank, but, you know, the last thing Beaver Dam can afford to do is go down a couple touchdowns here early in the first quarter, which really changes the complexion of how they run their offense.
Correct. They're a running team. They're a grinded-out team. They get behind by a few scores. It won't be their game at all.
Oh, here's a play, yeah.
Little
Blank.
misdirection play to Blank, and Wildcats stayed in their lane there, and Blank goes nowhere. Looks like they saw some game film there, and they weren't fooled by that counter play and lost a yard.
Yeah, they run the counter, like you
2nd and
said,
11.
a lot to Blank as well. So far it's been 4 plays, 4 Parker Blank runs. Oshkosh North, that game's a final. They defeated Marshfield by a score of 28-7.
Final.
Yeah, they have a really, really big defense. Really complicated.
That'll make Evan's job easier now as they got 2 games to watch. This time it goes to number 5, Ashton Seifert, and Seifert runs forward, gains 7. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Seifert is the Golden Beavers' leading receiver with 18 receptions for 260 yards and 4 touchdowns for the season, but they do like to have him run the ball occasionally as well.
So I'm just going to say it here. They got 2 downs to make 3 yards here. Blank back in the football game for Beaver Dam. 7-0 Cats in the early going. They strike quick. They struck in 1:57. On a long touchdown pass, Massa. Blank again's got it up the middle. Good gang tackling. Boy, that's a very, very generous spot.
From the referee on the far side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a first down.
Wow. That's a generous spot. A lot of moans and groans here.
You can hear it.
Yeah, on the near side. Wow.
I think they got a beef right there, Kevin.
Yeah, wow. Whatever. First and 10. Yeah, that quick was Massa to Novak on the long 40-something yard hookup to put the Wildcats up 7-0. First and 10. Beaver Dam, fresh set of downs after the blank carry there. I thought he was blanked, but they gave it to him. Little jet sweep. That goes to Eli Johnson. We knew a familiar name, Eli Johnson, around here. That's Beaver Dam's version of Eli Johnson. He runs it forward for 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
New Richmond has jumped out to a 7-0 lead against Ashwaubenon.
That was quick. Quick as River Falls scored. Cowbells are out here. Hey, Lincoln McCarty, watching from Easterville, Iowa. Well, hello, Lincoln. Glad you're here. Got them all over the fruited plain tonight. 2nd and 8. Beaver Dam in the yellow pant. Fake it to blank. Keeper, stiff arm, string it out. Nothing doing. Maybe a loss of a yard or 2. Ashton Seifert on the carry there. They faked that one to blank. Seifert kept it, and very disciplined thus far by the Wildcats, staying in their lane. That one is strung out. That lost a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now for Beaver Dam. Let's see if they go aerial here. They haven't thrown the ball yet tonight. Maybe here at 3rd and 10.
Yeah, you're right. They have not thrown the ball once tonight. And they don't like to, but they will. Their quarterback, Jackson Ladrin, 3 touchdown passes on the season.
Hey, Scott Hall. Back to pass. They are going to pass the football. Far side, got a man. That's caught. That's complete to Seifert on the far side. Really nice throw across the field by Jackson Ladrin.
Really nice throw. He was on the opposite hash of where he threw the football, and Seifert found a space where he could sit down, and Ladrin made a really nice throw for the first down.
Hey, Scott Hall, we got Evan up here tonight. You got him sweating already, the kid. Popping around like a cat on a keyboard. Doing a good job. 1st and 10, here we go. Back the pass again, little crossing route. It sits down, caught. That one's completed to Eli Johnson, and Johnson moves it forward for 10 yards. Really nice opening drive here by the Golden Beavers from Beaver Dam.
Yeah, they answered, so far they've answered that Wildcat touchdown drive on the first possession with a nice drive of their own, entering a little deep right now into River Falls territory at the 30-yard line.
30-yard line. Yeah, mixed in a couple passes there. They just run, and that kind of opens it up maybe in the secondary a little bit. And nice job by Ladrin putting it right on the receivers. Fresh set of downs, back to pass. They'll go aerial again, another crossing route. They're like, hey, we kind of like it in there. Throw that one to Parker Blank, and he moves it forward for another Golden Beaver first down to the 19-yard line. 1st and 10.
Yeah, the Golden Beavers really working hard to try to get Parker Blank involved in the offense. That time they had him split left and just did a little crossing pattern. Ladrin found him. Another first down for the Golden Beavers as they're inside the Wildcat red zone.
Back to pass again. Another pass, sit down, caught. Seifert down inside the 10-yard line. That's Eli Johnson, I think, number 1, who made that reception.
That is Eli Johnson, a 6'2" senior. Another first down for the Golden Beavers. They're finding some success throwing the football so far tonight.
Yeah, that really wasn't what was billed, that they were the running game, but he's 4 for 4, the junior Jackson Ladrin. And now they're in 1st and goal from the 7. Back the pass, will throw it again. They're like, we kind of like that. Sits down, caught on the 2. That's a good quick pass there. That's NFL style, right? Like just get it back 2 steps and drill it in there. Nice pass.
Yeah, 2nd and 1. I assume you're going to see 1, 2, or 3
Parker Blank
runs right here.
They kind of gave him a little bit of break with 5 passes in a row and 5 for 5 on the passing there. Now we've got a timeout on the field by Beaver Dam. So Beaver Dam does take a timeout. So Beaver Dam with a timeout, and timeouts are up here. Yeah. So, and with that timeout, we also got a chance. There they are. With that timeout, we got a chance to go maybe thank our main sponsor, First National Bank of River Falls. Let's go right there. Thank you, First National Bank of River Falls, proud sponsors of everything Wildcat sport, right here on the River Falls Sports YouTube network. 2nd and goal from the 2 for Beaver Dam. Expect Parker Blank here, though they did have 5 nice passes in a row. Blank, direct snap, right up the middle.
He's in.
And they say he's in. There's still no indication by either refs. Beaver Dam said he was in. Referee said you're short. We'll do it again. 3rd and goal from the 1.
He looked in, didn't he?
He looked more in than the first down he had here in midfield.
Yes,
how about that?
Yep, agreed.
3rd and goal from the 1.
Well, let's try number 2 right here, I assume.
Again, same play. Pushes forward. This time,
I don't think he's in.
he's not in either. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1. Really good job here by the Wildcat defense getting stiff on the goal line. And I'm going to say this is a huge play.
This is a really big play, especially for Beaver Dam right here.
Yeah.
That really changes the momentum of this football game if the Wildcats are able to get a stop.
That'd be huge. Cowbells everywhere tonight.
Here, inside the 1 yard line. That's as close as you can get.
One more time, Blank pushes it forward. This time he's got it. Touchdown, Beaver Dam. Good job by the Wildcats, so holding him twice in a row. And that time he was just a little more patient, got in behind the back and found a little bit of a seam to plunge forward for 1.5 yards. He needed a foot. Touchdown, Beaver Dam. Nice drive for the Golden Beavers.
Yeah, great answer by the Golden Beavers after a touchdown drive by the Wildcats to start off tonight's game. Golden Beavers are an extra point away from tying this football game against a number 1 seeded Wildcats.
Yeah, you saw last week, against an undefeated Plymouth team, took them to 1 point. This is not a bad football team.
No, they are not at all.
High snap, holds good. Kick is drilled left and short, no good. Mark that one on your bingo card. That's a no good extra point. And with 2:07 to go here in the first quarter, it's your River Falls Wildcats 7. The Golden Beavers from Beaver Dam 6.
Yeah, they had a good rush from the left side of the line of scrimmage, and that caused the kicker to, I think, to hurry his kick a little bit and hooked her left.
He hooked her left. Hello, Kit Ludke, principal from River Falls High School. Says, go Wildcats. Great broadcast as always. Watching from Indianapolis with our newly minted state championship marching band who's competing in the Band of America showcase tomorrow. Well, welcome Kit and the band.
Again, the winner of tonight's game will face the winner of the 4 versus 5 game. That is Menasha. The Blue Jays had to travel all the way to La Crosse to take on the Riverhawks of La Crosse Central High School. That game still scoreless in the first quarter.
Seven, 6. Both teams possessed it. Beaver Dam won the possession time here in quarter 1, but River Falls typically is a pretty fast striking team. A lot of weapons. Riker O'Keefe and McPherson back deep for River Falls.
New Richmond now up 14-0 against Ashwaubenon.
Kick is away. Fielded back on the 3. by Raker O'Keefe. Runs it out to the 20, 25. Got a little bit of a seam and taken down at about the 27-yard line. Nice return by Raker O'Keefe. Wildcats will set up shop. 1st and 10 on their own 27.
Great answer that time by the Golden Beavers.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with their passing there. That really wasn't billed as a passing team, and the junior Jackson Ladron comes out and goes 5 for 5 on that drive.
Yeah, he did a nice job. They ran the ball the first 4 or 5 plays and thought they'd try to throw it, and they found some openings in the Wildcat defense.
Give it to Joey Tarasavich off the left side, trying to break tackles, falls forward for 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Boy, he was 1 tackle away from taking that one home. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Cats. They go no huddle once again, hurry up offense, trips here to the near side. Pistol formation, back the pass looking, now he's going to roll out, and they're ready for him. And Tarasavich is mad. He missed a chip block there, and in on the sack for Beaver Dam is number 80. Is it 80?
That was 84. Malachi Richter Horton with the sack that time.
We haven't seen many sacks this year, and that time he kind of did a little naked boot, and when he naked booted it, he fell right into the arms of the defender. Thrown up far side and dropped by Novak. We haven't seen a lot of that either. So there's 2 things right there that we haven't seen much this season: a sack and a drop ball in back-to-back plays.
And a 3 and out.
And a 3 and out. Whole bunch of stuff we hadn't seen in a long time.
Menasha leads La Crosse Central 7-0 in the first quarter. Ashwaubenon just scored. That game is now 14-7. Still in the first quarter.
All right, punt time. Back deep for Beaver Dam. Can you get a number on that? Is that Seifert back there, number 5 maybe? Punt is away. It's off the side of his foot. I heard some oh-no's.
That's Seifert. Got a bit of a roll.
Yeah, got a little bit of a Wildcat roll out near the 50, but Beaver Dam will have it in plus territory here on the Rivers Falls side of the 50. And all right, we'll see what we can do there a little bit. Yeah, we haven't. So that series of 3 plays in a row, we haven't seen that much all season, Jeff.
No, we haven't, and that gives the Golden Beavers great field position here on the River Falls side of the 50.
Blank's got it, looking, going off some blockers. Good gang tackling there by the blue shirts. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. Hello, Scott Mann from southeastern Tennessee. Bring us some good luck, will you? Steve says, I left a wedding reception for this. That a baby. 2nd and 7.
Fast-moving first quarter, almost at the end of it here.
Yeah, we talked about that, too. This is a running team, and they're going to burn a lot of clock quickly, a lot faster than last week. Blank now back the pass. Now he's going to try to tuck it and go. Tries to get to the outside. He breaks a tackle. He's got the 20 and just running people over. That was vicious run there by Blank. He runs with a purpose.
He's good. He's the real deal. 263 yards rushing last week and 3 touchdowns against a very good Plymouth team, and he's picked up right where he left off here.
He had a little flex before contact there. He did not slow down.
Yeah. And I was looking over at the Beaver Dam bench there. They are so excited and jacked up about this. They're right where they want to be right here at the end of the first quarter against the number 1 seed.
1 quarter is going to be in the books here from David Smith Stadium at Raymer Field on the campus of the University of Wisconsin, River Falls. River Falls 7, Beaver Dam 6 with 1 in the books. We probably should go through and thank our sponsors. You can bring up that template maybe. Yeah, let's do that. And let's see, we'll start right there. Thank our sponsors. First National Bank of River Falls, The Garage, Bikes and Brews, River City Stitch, Allie Massa and the Massa Mortgage Team. How about Black Wolf Exteriors with Joe Karras? How about Jenny Rivard with State Farm Insurance? Every one of those replays is brought to you by Leach Insurance for the Leach Insurance Look Back. Thank you, Steve Leach, with Leach Insurance. Property Executive, Sarah Jenkins. And, of course, Wildcat Trivia at halftime with the Tarnation Tavern playing for one of those glorious chicken sandwiches. Yeah, I'll just take some honey barbecued wings. Put me down for one of those. Yeah. Yeah, these 3.
3.
Let's bring up a batch of those.
You want any?
Evan, you want any barbecued wings or the mild buffalo wings? Yeah, see, right there. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Back to pass. Got a man. Caught. Seifert again. He's cutting to the outside. He's got goal line in front of him, and Seifert is going to score. And Beaver Dam takes the lead here. First play in the second quarter. Pretty good looking football team. See if they elect to go to 2 for 2 here and try to chase the points or just kick the extra point. Looks like they're going to try to kick. Yeah, you're going to have to find an answer for that. They're doing a really nice job mixing in those passes with their very strong running game, and 6 for 6 or 7 for 7 on the passes. They have not had an incompletion yet.
Not something they're known for, like you said.
No. High snap. Kick is up. This one looks better, and it is through. And with 11:51 to go till the half, Beaver Dam, number 8 seed, takes a lead over the number 1 seed, River Falls, by a score of 13-7. Well, may have to get into a shootout tonight, maybe, huh?
Yeah.
Weren't expecting that either.
No, we were not. Another score we have here, La Crosse Central has taken an 8-7 lead over Menasha. Still in the first quarter.
I know them all.
The winner of this game, I believe, will take on the winner of that game.
That's correct.
Menasha La Crosse Central game, which is 8-7. Keep an eye on that one.
New Richmond now leads Schwaben 21-7. That game still in the first quarter.
Yeah, we don't have that one on the ticker.
Yeah, we do.
No, there it is. Okay, never mind. Sorry about that. There it is. Kick is away. That's a good boot. Headed towards the end zone. Fielded back on the 1. McPherson bumps it back to the outside, trying to get the edge, kicking down in the 21. Trying to reverse field there. Thought he might get to the edge, but Anthony McPherson was tackled down on about the 22-yard line. Well, let's see if the Wildcats got a chance to regroup after that lackluster last series. And again, we haven't been able to say that much all season.
Nope, you're right. They've obviously trailed in some games before, and the Wildcats are definitely a second-half football team.
But they got to get going here.
Got to get going.
Massa's going to hand it off.
Nothing.
Tara Savage, nothing doing. Beaver Dam, they're good posture on the far sidelines for them right now.
They really are. They're controlling the line of scrimmage right now, certainly on these last 2 possessions here. Defensively, they forced the Wildcats a 3-and-out on their previous possession, and now they put them behind the sticks again here, 2nd and long.
Let's call it 2nd and 10. No gain on the play. 3 receivers up top. Massa back to pass looking. Got a man caught. Novak catches that, backs his way into first down yardage. Gang tackling, still on his feet, pushes the pile forward. Gain of about 16 on the play. Nice passing catch. Massa to Novak for 16. No flags on the play. Move the chains for River Falls.
Yeah, really good protection that time for Tino Massa by the Wildcat offensive line, led by the left tackle, number 75, Sam Simpson, who will be attending Indiana University next year.
1st and 10. Fresh set it out. See if we can get her rolling again. Tara Savage right up the middle. Good hard run. Bowling guys over. Gains 4 or 5 on the play. We'll call it 5. We're optimistic. We're an optimistic group. It's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, decisive run that time by Tara Savage. Probably his most decisive run of the football game so far. He just went and
ran that guy over.
Yep, he did. Ran the guy right over.
Short pass. Make a guy miss. Oh, nice move O'Keefe again, really nice. Riker O'Keefe. And a late hit out of bounds. And he's going to help him up. No flags.
No flag. Fans wanted a flag.
Yeah, Riker O'Keefe gave him a little bit of the whoop, 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 whoop there and ran past him in 10 yards of yak on that. Nice job to get those athletes in the open field and just let them work. Now we move in to plus side territory here into the Beaver Dam side of the football fields. Back to pass. Novak's got it. Blocking out in front. Novak's just going to move it forward and taken down after a 8-yard gain. Nice play on first down. Just nothing fancy at all. Give it to the receiver, let the other two block, and move forward for 8, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, puts them in really nice position here where they can either run or throw the football on 2nd and short. Exactly where Coach Schurz wants to be.
You like the play call here at 2nd and 2. How about Tara Savage off the left side? Slicing, dicing, multiplying, divided. The human Ginsu moves forward for another 15, 16 yards and move the chains again. Headed towards the Sunshine Fund red zone here shortly, just 3 yards away yet, and we'll get there maybe. I'm able to skip it again like we did last time and go right in. Throw to the near side. Novak's got it. Tackled down on the 15. Nice 8, 9-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 2 again, and we have entered the Sunshine Fund red zone.
Golden Beavers trying to substitute here while the Wildcats are in the hurry up. Let's see if he can get the snap off before.
There it is. Okay, we're back.
Oh, they ended up calling timeout.
Timeout.
Yep.
We've been giving Jen Rivard and Joe Karras a hard time all season. They sponsor the Sunshine Fund red zone, but they move so quick they get about 2.5 seconds on each ad.
We'll leave them up there for a while here. We got a timeout, the second one of the half for.
They called timeout down there. Who called it? No, they called it. Beaver Dam?
Beaver Dam called the timeout.
Yes.
Yep. I don't think the scoreboard's correct.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, they were on the verge of having 12 men on the field.
Let's go to the 14-second ad right here. 14 right there. Let's go there. Let's go thank River City Stitch.
Did they give it to us? Okay.
There it is, River City Stitch. You'll see Callie down at River City Stitch for all your Wildcat gear. They got it on display. You can order it. They do a great job down there at River City Stitch.
We'll go through some quick numbers here, Kevin, if you got just a second for the.
So they gave the timeout to River Falls.
Yep, they did. So 2 left for each, according to the
each,
scoreboard. Tito Massa 8 of 9 for 114 yards and a touchdown. Tara Savage 7 carries for 33 yards. Mason Novak 6 receptions already for 88 yards and a touchdown. Those are your leaders for the Wildcats. Thank you, Dan Jenkins.
Husband of Sarah Jenkins. She'd love to be your realtor. Give it to Joey. We're off the right side. He's got room. He's got first down yardage. Keep the knees moving. Keep them high. Head to the promised land. Just short. Wow, what a run. The kid running with purpose there. They had him, and he just worked.
Worked hard, broke some tackles,
dragging guys.
And held on to the football there. I'm guessing we're going to see that again here.
First and goal from the 2. Yep. Give it to Joey. Bust off the left edge. Touchdown, Joseph Tara Savage with another one.
Tara Savage running behind that left side of the offensive line, anchored by Sam Simpson.
Yeah, it was.
Along with our new left guard tonight, McKeon Grathwall, who's taking the place of an injured Jonah Herstein, who should be available next week should the Wildcats advance. But good job by the line, providing some nice running lanes for Tara Savage during that drive.
Grathwall says, I'm having some fun. Here we go for the point. Snap's good. Kick is up, and it is good. And with 9:16 to go here until the half, the Wildcats score quickly again and retake the lead 14-13 here in Division II, Level 1 WIAA State Playoff Football action. Here's the replay again, Jeff. Nothing fancy, like you said. Why don't you go over the bigs on the left side? You jumped right over 75 and 77.
Yeah, Sam cleared out a couple of guys right there, and Grathwall stood up his
nice
defender.
Job by Grathwall.
Yes. Yeah. In the 4-5 game, now in the second quarter, Menasha 14, La Crosse Central 8.
We had a request to see some fans. There you go.
Student section, whiteout night for the Wildcats. They're bundled a little bit more than they were last week, Kevin.
They are.
It's a little cooler
It's
tonight.
40s.
40s, yeah.
I'm comfortable
It's
yet.
football
How are
weather.
you?
I don't have my jacket on yet, so I'm good.
There might even be
Yeah.
heat in here. I don't know.
Is there heat in here? Maybe
Yeah.
that's
Windows-
we shouldn't be bragging about all.
No, windows are wide open.
Didn't realize
but
there was heat in here.
high kick off the leg of Carafel, fielded down on the 6. Runs it out to the 20. And swarm down. That was Thade Dreyer finishing up there.
Yeah, excellent job by the Wildcats special teams, their kickoff coverage units. That's going to force the Golden Beavers to have to go pretty much the length of the field to score here after having a short field to work with on their last possession.
The Grathwalls are in the chat. Lois Allman, John Parsons, Jordan Kerfoff. He's nothing better than some good old Friday night playoff football. You got that right. 1st and 10, see if the Wildcats can get stiff. Neither team. Well, Beaver Dam had a stop. That's been it tonight. Direct snap to Blank. Tries to get to the edge. He's got blockers and the edge and taken down after a 10-yard gain.
Really good patience that time by Parker
Very.
Blank, Kevin. He
Flag on the
we
play.
do have a flag.
That was a late flag. Simpson either got held or
held.
he did get held. I saw Sam walk out of that pile with his palms up, and when he put his palms up, the ref put the flag down.
And it was kind of away from the play a little bit.
Yeah.
Blank really took his time and waited for his blocking to develop, and was able to get a nice run, but that's all for naught at this point as
They'll go backwards.
the penalty will move him back.
Yeah, this is a lot better than last week, though. There were 3 flags on almost every play. That game got over like 27 minutes ago.
Yeah. We were here for a while.
We wrapped that up after church on Sunday morning. All right, here we go. 1st and 20. Back the pass, looking. Now some pressure coming from the far side. Chucks it up there. It's got a man. Got some separation. Almost a great circus catch there by Seifert. I saw Seifert got a little separation by pushing off a little bit. They let that go, though, in playoff football. Then almost made a miraculous catch.
Yeah, he did push off a little bit. Pretty good coverage that time by Oliver Simmons, the junior. Seifert's a big target out there, number 5. 6'2", 175 pounds. He looks taller than 6'2".
And he's a junior. 2nd down and 20. That's their first incompletion tonight, and that one almost got reeled in. All right, 2nd and 20. I do feel the heat up here right now, actually. Play action, roll out, stepping up,
he's
going
got
for
him.
it all.
He's
Got
got
a man
him.
wide open. Caught. He dropped the football. Landon Paymenter dropped the ball. He was nothing but goal line in front of him there, and he can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I can't either. Hard to tell really what happened. I don't know if he took his eye off it and started looking up the field, but
I'm going to classify that under too open.
that was a 88-yard touchdown pass right there.
Too open. Yeah, we talked about that last week, when the Wildcats were 26 for 30 on passing. I did make the comment, it's hard to do that because in high school football, it's hard to get 26 catches by a high school receivers.
It really is.
Right?
You're right about
for
that.
that reason right there. All right, back to pass again and long. Stepping up in the pocket. They're going for the home run ball again. Stepped up and where's I think we might get a chance. Let's go back, take a look at that right now. Let's see. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. They did call pass interference.
Yep, they did.
It's not a spot foul, though, in high school football, so that will not be a first down. Unless it's automatic first down.
It's a 15-yard penalty. Fans don't like it. I'm sure you can hear that.
Yeah, you guys take a look at that at home. You guys can be the judge. What do you got in the comment section? Is that early contact or not? Someone just said, what are you doing, ref? 3rd down. So it's not an automatic first down, but it'll be 3rd and manageable now. 3rd and 5 for Beaver Dam. 3rd and 5.
They have Blank split out to the right in the slot.
Watch that here. Later and back to pass. Looking, wants Blank. Got him and threw behind him. He didn't throw it to Blank. I'm not sure the number was over there, but he threw it behind the intended receiver. That falls incomplete. It'll be 4th and 5. It looks like they're bringing the punt team on.
Yeah, they went for it earlier in the first quarter when it was 4th and
3?
2 or 3. Yeah. And this is a little bit too far, I think.
Yeah.
Back to receive the punt is McPherson.
Yeah, so after that big penalty that we had a little controversy on, or we made some controversy out of it, Wildcats still hold. Punt is away. It's a spiraling kick. Fair catch called for on the 37-yard line. And good field position for River Falls after the fair catch by Anthony McPherson. Yeah, good job by the Cats holding there. You got him behind the chains on that initial holding penalty. And Wildcats almost let him escape that with the pass interference, but then they hold on a big 3rd down.
Another score update in the second quarter. New Richmond 28, Ashwaubenon 7.
Wow.
New Richmond all over them.
14-13 here in this one with 8:35 to go. Let's see if the Wildcats can keep the pedal to the metal and keep the offense going here. We got whistles. What do we got going on now? Conversations, whistles. Referees conferring. All right, here we go. Ball's in play. Pistol formation. Massive flank by Tarasavage. That's a bad snap. You got to get on that football. There you go. That's smart. That's smart. You know, there were seasons where you try to pick that up and run with it, and then it's disaster.
Yeah, in a game like this, which is still very much a ball game in the second quarter, turnovers could really make the difference.
Oh, 100%. That's a big loss. So it's lost about 15 on the play there.
That's an experienced senior quarterback making a good decision right there.
2nd and 24. Now back to pass again. Stop route. Got Novak. Stiff arm. Still on his feet. Really nice game. They got that yardage back. Now it'll be 3rd and 10.
3rd manageable here at this point. So usually a passing down, which I'm guessing it will be for Coach Schurz and the Wildcats here, but
3rd and 11.
Plenty of options as 4 receivers in the pattern.
You've got 4
right
good ones and a good tight end as well. Massa back to pass again. Going for the home run ball. Got Novak up. Caught! Oh, baby! What a catch! Instant highlight right there, right here, Jeff. Let's go back, take a look at this. Watch this catch by Mason Novak. What a pass and what a catch. Somebody get on the clap emojis. That's big time right there. Rob Derry, the artist, bringing that right into your living room.
That's you couldn't have better coverage that time by Isaiah Younger of the Golden Beavers, but again, another exceptional throw that time by Massa.
Wow. You got a good quarterback, and you just have good receivers. Massa again. Looking, he's going to step up. Now he's in trouble. Looking. Top up there. Caught! Todd Benedict alertly picks that ball out of the air. When that thing got tipped up, I was like, that is trouble. And Benedict says, no, I want that, and went up and got it.
Yeah, Parker Blank was all over the play on defense there. Was able to tip the ball up into the air, but right place at the right time for Todd Benedict. Another Wildcat first down as they march into the red zone.
Into the Sunshine Fund red zone. We'll get that next play. Joey through the behind the bags. They got the back of his jersey trying to rip him down. Gains 9 or 10 on the play. Joseph Tarasavage. Let's go to the Sunshine Fund red zone. Right there it is. There it is. Jen Rivard and Black Wolf Exteriors, Joe Karras, $1,000 each to the Sunshine Fund. Thank you, State Farm and Black Wolf Exteriors, Sunshine Fund red zone. Joey again, patient, working, first down, 1st and goal from the 3. Pretty methodical.
Real methodical, good patience that time by Tarasavage. Waited for his blocking to develop on the left side of the offensive line and was able to get the first down inside the 5-yard line.
1st and goal from the 5. I'd give it to him 4 times. There's one. Taken down. Beaver Dam said, I think they're going to give it to Joey 4 times. I'm just going to red dog him and go for it right there, and they went for a loss.
Landon Groh with the stop there.
They sold out.
They did sell out. He's made a couple tackles already behind the line of scrimmage, and you saw that one coming. Perhaps this puts the Wildcats into a passing down. Let's see.
You got options here. You got options. Or not. Joey to the edge. Put your shoulder down and get to the promised land.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Joseph Savage, his second tonight, his 23rd of the season. Go to the well, baby.
Yeah, about a 2nd and 5 situation right there where the Wildcats could have either thrown it or run the football, and they decided to go to their workhorse, Joseph Savage, off the left side of the offensive line for a Wildcat touchdown.
Now the very important extra point here by Gavin Carafel. See if they can put a snap and a hold and a kick together. Snap's good. The hold is good. The kick is up. It looks like a Jim Dandy. Would have been good from 60. And Gavin Carafel bangs that through and puts the Wildcats up 21-13 with 6:01 to go. Here's the run, Jeff. Like I said, this time they tried to get him to the edge, and right here, he knew he was in.
Yeah, good seal block that time by Cal Dumont, the tight end number 6, who was lined up right next to Sam Simpson. Was able to pinch the defensive lineman and create a really nice running lane for Savage. 6 points for the Cats.
Great job, broadcast team. Rob Derry, Evan Peterson. Nice work, fellas.
As always.
Chris Larson down field side, bringing you the close-ups. Right there, some more of that. I want to thank everybody for joining us again tonight. Kevin Westhouse and Jeff Johnson bringing you the action along with our team. Glad you're all here. Friday Night Lights, WIAA playoff. River Falls and Beaver Dam. Scott Mann says you cannot stop Joey T. That's almost accurate. Nobody really has this year.
Here's a Big Rivers Conference potential upset. Chippewa Falls leads Wanakee 14-7.
Wow.
An 8 versus a 1.
Wow. Same as here.
Yeah.
Back to and that's going to be a touchback into the end zone. Nice kick by Carafel once again. Sends the Beaver Dam Beaver Golden Beaver into the end zone. And touchback.
Another Big River score. Menominee leads Onalaska 16-8 in Division III football. Another upset.
So I'm a little bit sentimental with Beaver Dam, Jeff. I grew up in Waupun, and Beaver Dam was our the top rival. And I'm going to throw some names out there because I see some Scharfenberg on this team. I don't know if they're related to Pete Scharfenberg or Tim Scharfenberg, but I remember those brothers from Beaver Dam. That was my era. So somebody online watching from Beaver Dam, let me know about Tim and Pete Scharfenberg. Really good pitchers, by the way, in baseball. John Helbing, Brad Chitko, Tom Dewars. That was my era down there in Beaver Dam. So anybody's going, oh, yeah, I'm listening right now. Or that's my grandkid maybe at this point. So anyway.
There you go.
Got to relive a little bit of that. I have a John Helbing story for you a little bit later from Beaver Dam that relates to baseball and hitting.
A couple other Big River scores real quick. Rice Lake 30, Kaukauna 14 in the third quarter. And Hudson all over Sun Prairie East by a score of 19-3 in the second quarter.
Second down and 5. Good hard run up the middle for about 3. It'll be third down. So my senior year, Legion Baseball, John Helbing got the state of Wisconsin batting title by 1 point. He hit 478. I hit 477. He beat me by a point, and I saw him after the season. He said, by the way, nobody knows this, but you won the batting title. It's like I got ejected out of a game during an at-bat, and they didn't count the at-bat. He said if they should have, he said, you would have won it. I said, well, thanks for telling me now.
That's a good tough run there, right there by Blank. And that is a Golden Beavers first down.
Move the chains.
Pretty critical third down play right there, Kevin.
Real critical.
Which Wildcats could have got a stop. They still would have some time to score here. 4.5 minutes left in the second quarter.
21-13. It feels like a wider lead.
It does.
21-13, fresh set of downs. Fake play action. Big pressure. Almost taken down. Now they're going to throw it deep. He's got a man. Caught! Boy, they had him for a loss.
Max
Moritz gets in behind him, and they get it to Moritz. It has completed. Boy, that was a broken play, almost for a sack, and they get it down the field and get it to Moritz for a long, big gainer. Wow.
Blank's tough to bring down. He was dead to rights in the backfield and was able to elude the defender and found Moritz upfield. It's tough to cover a guy for 7 or 8 seconds like that.
Right.
Moritz was able to get behind the defense for a first down. Again, inside Wildcat territory.
Direct snap again. Good hard hit, though, after a gain of a tough 3.
Sam Simpson in on the middle of the play.
Sam got
Jack
there.
Larson there as well.
Nice job by Sam just putting it right on 3. All 315 pounds of him. Boom.
Second quarter, Menasha 14, La Crosse Central 14.
Second and 7 after the gain of 3. Cowbells are out. Back to pass, pressure, throw it, got a completion to Blank, and Blank is blanked. Todd Benedict and Thade Dreyer.
Yep.
Sniff that out, and that goes for a loss. Great defense by Dreyer and Benedict. I like that pair out there.
Yeah, I do too. It usually takes two players to bring down Parker Blank as well, and good tackling that time by Benedict and Dreyer.
I'm going to guess here you've got 2 downs to go 9 for Beaver Dam.
Clock running nearing the 2.5-minute mark. That earlier timeout was credited to Beaver Dam. That's been corrected on the scoreboard.
Each team with 2.
Well, no, Wildcats with 3.
Oh, they did correct that.
Yep.
Oh, they did correct that.
And Beaver Dam with 1.
So that was corrected. We'll fix that. Back to pass, looking, pressure. Now they'll throw it back the other way. Make a tackle over there. Got Blank again after a yard. 4th and 8 low. This would be an interesting call here for head coach Brock Lindy.
Blake Schneider in on the tackle.
You got to go for it here, don't you?
Yeah, of course. You have to go for it here at the 43-yard line. Clock ticking under 2 minutes.
Or not. Kick it deep. Hey, now I see some. You kick it deep and make them go the length of the field. If you don't get it.
Yeah. It's a little surprising.
Yeah, and Beaver Dam does get the ball after halftime.
This is true.
I would say watch the fake here. There's the old fake. I get loose kick. I think they might fake this. A good chance for a fake. Or not. Almost blocked. It may have been tipped, Jeff. Bouncing, that's headed towards the goal line. And, he's into the end zone.
That's a break for the Wildcats
Big
right
break. there. He had an opportunity to down that on the 1-foot line, and his momentum carried him into the end zone and touchback.
With a minute 23 left and all 3 timeouts, I assume Coach Schurz and Coach Haskins are going to see if they can put some more points up on the board here, Kevin. La Crosse Central with a safety, they now lead Menasha by a score of 16-14.
Playoff numbers tonight, Evan. No pressure. Let's push this thing over 1,000 at one time tonight. We're getting close.
Yeah.
Back to pass. Phone a friend, call a neighbor. Nice slicing, dicing. Benedict, the kid, he's been so good the last 6 games. Moves it out for a Wildcat first down. That's all Benedict there.
Yeah, that's a first down, which stops the clock to move the chains, so that's a break for the Wildcats as well.
Still plenty of time with the 3 timeouts. Now they got it in play. They're going to go up top again. Massa, crossing route. Got a man. Oh, holding. There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
You know what? You know what I'm going to say on that?
That saved the touchdown.
That was worth it because
Yes.
he was gone.
Yep, he was gone.
That's Isaiah Younger that had to hold the jersey of Mason Novak, and if he doesn't, it's 6.
It's a touchdown for sure, I would think. It was a outstanding pass by Massa that time. Had the defender beat. with only a 15-yard penalty in high school, that's certainly worth doing.
I would do that every time.
Yep.
There should never get a guy behind you in high school football.
No, especially when you're at the end of a half like this
Right.
with the clock running out.
Proverbial, you can't do that. All right, it's 45-yard line, nearing the midfield stripe, still with a minute to go, plenty of time. Massa back to pass again, single coverage, stop route, high throw. He had him here and just threw it high. Boy, I'm surprised he got single coverage on Novak over here. Them drooling on that, huh?
Yeah, and that's a pretty rare errant throw that time by Massa. Just threw it a little
High.
bit too tall for Mason Novak. But it does stop the clock
It
with
took
56 seconds left here.
That took 4 seconds. 2nd and 10. Back to pass again. Then Novak again, single coverage. Now they go the other way. Caught. Benedict. Look at the kid dancing around. Control B.
trying
Move
to get out of
forward. Get
bounds.
out of
Yep.
bounds. What an athlete, Todd Benedict.
That play took 12 seconds as we're down to 44 seconds now, but good heads-up play that time by Benedict, trying to get out of bounds to stop the clock, so the Wildcats still retain all 3 of their timeouts, and they're now within striking distance here.
They're going to go right here to number 3. They got single coverage and no safety help. And I've been watching his open almost every play. Cross, tipped, incomplete.
Pass intended for someone we haven't seen in weeks. That's Charlie Burke. Number 0, who's back suited up tonight. He's been out for the last month and a half or so with an injury. Good to see Charlie back on the football field.
Number 0. 38 seconds, 2nd down. Probably, 10 yards from field goal range here for Gavin Carafel?
Yeah, we might be pretty close right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 2nd and 10. Fake handoff, play action, screen. Caught, going nowhere. They sniffed that out. And now we're going to have to probably call timeout here at 3rd and 11. Lost a yard on the play.
That was good heads-up defense that time by the Golden Beavers. They sniffed that play out, saw it coming, and very minimal gain.
Let's go right here. Let's play First National Bank 1 minute out.
All right, team, this is it. Today we leave it all on the teller line. No shortcuts, no miscalculations, and every transaction counts. So let's get out there, give it everything we've got, and show our customers that with First National Bank of River Falls, they can always count on us every step of the way.
To put it all on the line. Ooh, yeah. Time to put it all on the line. When
Thank you, First National Bank of River Falls. Had to come back to the action. They're all jacked up down there at the bank trying to get this team going on 3rd and 11.
Jacked up in a case of Mountain Dew.
They
I
are
believe.
down
Yep.
there. They
Yep.
are. That are about 9 pots of coffee when you film that in the morning. Back to pass. Massa looking. There he goes. Crossing route. Got a man and knocked away. Just kind of underthrew the intended receiver, Mason Novak, on that. They were going to that single coverage look as now it's 4th down. Let's see. They got to go for it here, I'm assuming, with 24 seconds.
Good coverage that time by number 7, Isaiah Younger for Beaver Dam. 24 seconds left. This would be about a 53-yard field goal, probably just a bit long for Gavin.
Now we have a timeout.
Beaver Dam. That's their last timeout. Grab wants to kick it.
Let's go right here. I'm going to tease this. Look at this right here. Man Up movement this year. Many of you have gotten an email. I know Mike Keeley sent out 300 emails today to our Man Up group. We'll talk a little bit about this at halftime, but that is the artist Rob Derry there, and that is totally Man Up right there.
That is frosty.
Let's pop through there. We're going to have River Falls Robotics. We'll go to the next one. River Falls Accessibility, the Sunshine Fund, and this is the QR code. We'll go through all those at halftime and talk a little bit about each of the recipients this year for the Man Up movement. And if you're looking for a graphic for Man Up, that's it right there.
Be like Rob Derry.
Right there.
Join the Man Up movement.
That's it. We'll come back to that at halftime. All right, 4th and 11 for the Cats with 24 seconds to go here in the first half. Boy, if they could pull out a miracle and somehow get some points here, it would be a pretty good get, up by 8. Let's see.
3 receivers. Novak on the near side.
I'd go back there again. They want to. They're going for it. End zone. Caught!
Nope.
Oh, in and out of the hands. We almost had it. We can go back and take a look at that again. Let's go back and take a look at that and just see how close that was to a reception. Really nice pass. A little bobble there at the line of scrimmage. A little pump fake. He just going for the home run ball here. Had a chance and just in and out of the hands. Pretty good defense.
That's really good defense that time by Younger. Saved a touchdown for the Golden Beavers.
And they will get the ball again to start the second half. Boy, Wildcats are moving down the field and just stalled out here on their 35. And it looks like they're going to be content to go into halftime down by 8. A lot of people in line wanted to see him kick it. And they're going to halftime.
Maybe a little long, but I'm sure Gavin thought he could make it, I'm sure.
There we go. At half here at David Smith Stadium at Raymer Field on the campus of the University of Wisconsin, River Falls. It's your River Falls Wildcats, number 1 seed, 21. The number 8 seed, Beaver Dam, hanging tough at 13. We will have Wildcat trivia here at halftime as well, but let's go back to the Man Up movement. I want to talk a little bit about this year. Let's go first to the next one. Let's go to the River Falls Robotics. So they reached out and said, hey, can you help us out? River Falls Robotics is rapidly transforming the landscape of STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. More than just exposure to cutting-edge technology, robotics inspires students to explore, solve problems, and engage in hands-on learning that fuels creativity and innovation. This is K through 12. And the River Falls School District, and they said, hey, can you help us out and promote this? We said, yes, we can. The Man Up movement is here to help. The River Falls Robotics and K through 12 education. It's the Lego League with the grade schoolers. Then we go to Vex Robotics at the middle school. Then First Robotics, RoboCats at the high school. Next up, we also are reached out by Accessibility Awareness River Falls. Have this issue where if you're in a wheelchair or handicap and you get to a door, you can't get in. And so they have this thing where they're installing Ring doorbells at businesses all around River Falls in partnership with Accessibility Wisconsin. And they said, hey, can you help us out to help people in River Falls in need? And we said, we can help you out. The Man Up movement can help you out. So they're a local initiative dedicated to making our community more inclusive and accessible for everyone. And they have the doorbell campaign going on, and we're going to help them out. And then our favorite one, the River Falls Sunshine Fund. They're always good. The River Falls Sunshine Fund is a student-led nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting families within the school district who are experiencing difficult times. It's our mission to provide a financial assistance to community members facing a variety of hardships, offering hope and relief when it's needed most. The River Falls Sunshine Fund, the third recipient of the Man Up Award this year. And there's the Venmo on your screen right there. Go to River Falls Sports Broadcasting and Venmo. You can scan that. We'll leave that up there for a minute. And $100, 100 men, $100. And just for a little context, the Man Up movement, inspired by River Falls Sports Broadcasting, is entering its 6th year, Jeff.
Wow.
And has already raised nearly $60,000 for local nonprofit organizations in River Falls. So each year, 100 men plus donate $100 each. We've always had more than 100 men supporting causes such as the Rhinos Foundation, the Women's Shelter, Food Pantry, Our Neighbor's Place, Sunshine Fund, American Legion, ARC Assisted Resource Center, the Fire Rising Foundation, Chippewa Valley Technical College, and more. So every year we have 1 to 3 different recipients. And again, over the last 5 years, we've raised almost $60,000. Let's do it again this year and break the lid off of this thing and help these organizations, these local organizations in town. Thank you, Man Up Movement. You're going to get an opportunity. You'll get an email, and spread the word and be part of the River Falls Sports Broadcasting Man Up movement here to help these nonprofits in River Falls. Jeff, you want to talk a little bit about
the Booster Club?
Booster Club.
I would love to.
There is a Booster Club one on there.
We'll find it.
That might be it. No. Let me see.
There.
No.
No.
There it is.
There it
right
is.
there. There it is.
All right, there it is. We are in the midst of the 2025 River Falls High School Athletic Booster Club membership drive. The River Falls High School Athletic Booster Club has been in existence since 2016, and since that time, the club has donated well over $400,000 to all 22 boys and girls sports teams at River Falls High School. Most of the money that's generated by the Booster Club comes from this membership drive. If you would like to join and become a member of the River Falls High School Athletic Booster Club, you can do a couple things. One, click the QR code that you see on your screen, or head to their website at rfhsboosters.org. Again, that's rfhsboosters.org. The club is really working hard to try to find senior parents who are interested in joining the High School Athletic Booster Club as members. Part of the Booster Club booklet that's produced in the spring will have senior profiles or senior pages of the various upcoming 2026 graduates. So if you would like your son or daughter featured in that book, you need to become a member. And again, rfhsboosters.org is where you go, or click the QR code on your screen. It's a great club. We'd love to have you as a member. All proceeds, 100% of the proceeds, go to support these boys and girls athletic programs at the high school.
Let me see if we can. Very good. Thank you, Jeff. I'm looking for Wildcat Trivia right there. Oh, let's do that. Let's play for one of these glorious Charlie Cat chicken sandwiches. Jeff Bjork put this week's Wildcat Trivia together. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be so tough, I'm going to be able to enjoy some of these wings that the host brought by tonight. So I'm going to go through the Wildcat Trivia, and then you get up in the chat section and let you know. So trivia for tonight's game. This week's trivia question is the first for the 2025 playoff season. It will be directed towards the WIAA state football playoffs that started in the fall of 1976 with 4 divisions of schools vying for state football championships. Question. For this week's trivia question, 4 answers will be required, so this will give me time to eat some wings. In what year was River Falls' first WIAA football playoff victory, and who was their opponent? So what year and who was their opponent did they win their first WIAA football playoff victory, as well as who was the quarterback of that team and who caught the winning touchdown pass from that quarterback? So that's a lot. So what year did they win their first playoff game? Who was the quarterback and who caught the pass? I'm going to leave this marinate as I go back here and have a wing. I'll see you in a minute for Wildcat Trivia. How we doing on Wildcat trivia? Here he goes. Kevin Dorn says 69, Benedict quarterback. Let me see. Nope. So the question again, the Wildcat trivia question is, in what year was River Falls' first WIAA playoff football victory, and who was their opponent? We'll just go with that. And if you can tell me who the quarterback was and who threw that winning touchdown pass, that'd be a bonus. So what year? And with that, let's go thank our Wildcat superfan tonight, our game sponsor, Earthworks Landscaping. Thank you, Nick Kaliva with Earthworks Landscaping, for being tonight's game sponsor. Look at that beautiful work they do, by the way, down there in the left corner. Earthworks, they'll get it done for you. A lot of stuff out there. They do patios, built-in grills, landscaping, the whole kit and caboodle. Call Nick Kaliva down at Earthworks. They'll get it done for you. Let me see if we got anybody. 1988, says Paula Flood. That's the right year, Paula. So who did they? So they got to tell me, who did they beat, Paula? So 88's the right year. Who'd they beat? '88. So 88 was their first WIAA victory. So the question now is who they beat, and if tell me who that quarterback was and who did he throw that winning touchdown pass to? I see Jeff Bjork is making these harder. He said something not Googleable.
He is.
Something not Googleable. Yeah, why do I have a feeling this one's going to go down to the wire?
Big first possession to start the second half
Yeah.
for Beaver Dam here. If they can answer with a touchdown, they're right back in it. Well, they are in it right now, actually.
So who do the Wildcats beat in '88 for their first WIAA victory? It's not Rice Lake, John. But it is somebody in our conference. How about that? In our current conference. Okay, I'm just going to give it up. So Jeff Bjork, you have stumped the crowd tonight, Jeff, and there is no winner, but we're all winners because we're all here together. But the first year River Falls had a victory in the WIAA football playoffs was in 1988 when the Wildcats beat Menominee by a final score of 14-7 in the first round matchup. With the game tied at 7-7, quarterback Jason Zagnego hit receiver Shannon O'Malley for the winning touchdown late in the second half. So in 1988, the Wildcats were led by All-State performer Mike Benedict, Todd's uncle, believe it or not.
Uncle Mike.
Who led the team in tackles, points scored, and yards rushed with over 1,200 yards gained. River Falls High School tied Baldwin Woodville in the 1988 Middle Border title with a 6-1 conference record. Let me say, I got one more interesting factoid. So Beaver Dam has been to the WIAA state football playoffs a total of 11 times, winning it all in 1979. Their overall playoff record is 7-10 in their 11 appearances. River Falls has been to the WIAA state playoffs a total of 14 times, never winning the state championship. Their overall playoff record is 10-14 in their 14 appearances. There you go. Thank you, Jeff Bjork, and thanks for playing.
You want to go through some halftime stats, Kevin?
Let's do it. Let's pull up the Garage Bikes and Brews on there just because we can.
Halftime stats, courtesy of Dan Jenkins. Tino Massa, again, having another outstanding day. 14-19 for 199 yards and a touchdown. Again, very efficient.
Yeah.
Almost 200 yards at halftime. Just a great performance so far by Massa. Joseph Terra-Savage, 13 carries for 68 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Receiving the beneficiary of Tino's passes has primarily been Mason Novak. 8 receptions for 134 yards and a touchdown already for Mason, and he almost had a second one right near the end of the first half, that ball that was defended right in the end zone by Beaver Dam. Todd Benedict, 4 catches for 52 yards. Ricker O'Keefe with 1 reception for 14 yards as well for the Wildcats. Defensively, Thay Dreyer with 6 tackles already. Blake Schneider with 5. Oliver Simmons, Nolan Hopeful, Sam Simpson, Caden Johnston with 3 each. Anthony McPherson, Todd Benedict, and Jack Larson with 2 each, and Luke Anderson with 1 tackle. So far for the Wildcats in the first half. Thank you, Dan.
Stats brought to you by Sarah Jenkins with Property Executive Real Estate. Let's go look at Sarah's ad right now. Why not? There we go.
Mark Jenkins, class of 73.
Randy Brenner, class of 74.
1 to Wildcat.
Always a Wildcat.
Jeff Dumont, class of 71, 6 interceptions in 1 game.
Dave Linehan, class of 73, back-to-back champs, 71-72.
And I'm Sarah Jenkins, your River Falls Realtor. Just like these Wildcat legends, I'm all about winning for our community with the River Falls Sports Broadcasting Channel.
Thank you, Sarah Jenkins with Property Executive Real Estate. She'd love to be your realtor. Also, the Garage Bikes and Brews. There they are right there. Let's put them up there. We haven't really started a whiteboard yet, have we?
We have not. We just talked about a couple of contenders. And
right.
Tino and Mason Novak for sure.
And Novak's had a nice game. He's got that single coverage out here. He's going to be a factor tonight, I think.
Wildcats doing a good job spreading the ball around again. Mason, again, with 8 catches, but Tara Savage has been doing a nice job running the football as well.
So thank you, Garage Bikes and Brews. We take suggestions online for the Garage Gridiron Grinder of the game. We are the final arbiters of that award, but we can be lobbied.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Hudson leads Sun Prairie East by a score of 22-6 in the third quarter. Chippewa Falls still holding on to that 14-7 lead over Waunakee at halftime. Chippewa Falls 4-5, Waunakee 9-0, so that would send shockwaves through the high school football crowd in Wisconsin.
Can we bring those other scores up on the big one? I think in the scoreboard. There we go. Let's see if we can get them in there. Let's see. Here we go. Here's scores around the league. Here we are on the bracket. There they are.
There they are right there. The winner of this game will play the winner of the River Falls Beaver Dam game. La Crosse Central, the Riverhawks leading the Blue Jays from Menasha at halftime, 16-14. That game being played at UW La Crosse.
How about the next one? Let me see what we got up next here.
New Richmond Tigers all over the Jaguars from Ashwaubenon High School, who made a long trip across the state on 29 to head to New Richmond. The Tigers 42-14 over the Jaguars.
And the last one, Oshkosh North and Marshfield.
And that game's over. Oshkosh North with a 28-7 win over the Marshfield Tigers. Oshkosh North will advance to play the winner of the New Richmond Ashwaubenon game, which at this point looks like it will be New Richmond. That'll be a good football game next week.
That 4-5 game is close. The winner of this plays that.
Yes.
That's a close one.
We'll keep an eye on that for you.
All right, here we go. Wildcats will kick off here to start half 2. Up 8. Let's go. 12 on the clock. Second half of football. Level 1, Division 2 are underway. Carafel kicks it down to the 9. Patient. Gets it to
Parker Blank
to the outside. He's methodical, isn't he? He didn't really just bust it up in there crazy or anything. He's just looking for a block and a seam and taken down on the 25.
They never did get him to the ground.
No.
He does everything on this team. He returns kicks, he plays defense, he runs the football.
We're going to check their conditioning is what's going to happen here in half 2,
yes.
right?
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit during halftime. Beaver Dam has a lot of players that are playing both ways, including number 3 Parker Blank. So
we'll see how their conditioning is, because that will come into play here as this game wears on. That happened in Rice Lake. Their big horses got tired.
Yes.
So Blank's got it, throws it to the far side, and that's incomplete. I don't know if that was tipped or what. That came out of there like a dying quail.
Yeah, it almost looked like he lost control of it before he threw the football, and
that went nowhere.
Threw it between a couple of receivers. 2nd and long for the Golden Beavers.
Someone got on that quick with a Remington 12 gauge off the hand and just shot that thing down and send the bird dog after that.
That happens.
It happens once in a while. 2nd and 10 for Beaver Dam. Cowbells are out here in playoff football. They move some guys around in the backfield. Blank waiting. He's got it. He's looking. Now he's being patient, being strung out. He's got the edge and taken down by a couple. One ball's out. Wildcats might have it. Let's see. Let's see what they say. Still no indication. Still no indication. They're conferring.
Wildcat ball.
Let's go back and take a look at that, Jeff.
Yeah, let's see if we can pick up whether he hit the ground before he lost the ball. That's Parker Blank running with the ball. You can see right here on left end. And I think he did. What I do wonder is if he recovered it in bounds. That's the other.
It doesn't matter because they're not coming up to the booth to ask us. The call in the field is Wildcat football. That's a huge point in this football game.
It certainly is. It sets the Wildcats up for outstanding field position. Yeah, good comment by Rob Derry here. Just like the last Hudson game,
right,
where the Wildcats were able to force the Raiders to turn the ball over on the first play of the second half.
You got to punch it in here, though.
Yes, you do.
Joey to the outside. You got him chipped, and nice tackle there.
Guess who? Parker Blank, number 3.
Does it all.
He's everywhere.
You know, it's pretty. They got a long list of guys on their roster. We call Parker Blank him on every play. Again, Joey to the outside. There's a nice block. He's got the head down, shoulder down, plunging forward. Gains about 6. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the 23.
That's Blank again on the tackle that time. We've seen a lot of good football teams this year, Kevin. He's one of the best players I think we've seen all season.
Yeah, both
without
ways.
a doubt.
Again, Joey, left side, first down, diving through there, gets through that first level, down to the 14-yard line, and they have entered the Sunshine Fund red zone.
Eli Johnson finally brings him down for the Golden Beavers.
Thank you, Jen Rivard and Joe Karras. Sunshine Fund red zone, let's go. Joey again, just a steady diet of Tara Savage. And it's going to take 4 Beavers to take him down.
Timing of that play got goofed up a little bit. Tino mishandled the snap just a smidge there, and it just kind of threw the timing off.
Couple Beavers gnawing at his ankles, couple up top, trying to take down the tree. 2nd and a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. See if they decide to go aerial here. They will. Give it to Novak. Down to the 5, real close to first down yardage. He's going to be a yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 5.5.
Probably in 2-down territory here, Kevin, you think?
I think so. Stelreich into the game for the Wildcats, number 83. Maybe a blocking tight end here. And I think you can get a yard with Joey on 2 carries. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. They got 2 tight ends lined up on the left side next to Sam Simpson. Cal Dumont is the other one.
Heavy package. You're going to go right there. He's got first down yardage and more. Push the pile. He is not in. Real close though. You got that on replay or not? Let's go back, take a look at it. He was real close. Real close. Well, I thought he maybe had that even. When they pushed that pile forward here, I thought maybe he was going to be in right there. They said no. 1st and goal from the 1-foot line. Wildcats trying to capitalize on the Beaver Dam turnover. Joey, touchdown! Superman right there. Joseph Tara Savage gets airborne, and 6 more for the Cats. 24 on the season for Joseph Terra Savage.
Terra Savage flies over the pile. Not sure he needed to necessarily do that.
No,
I
but
think he could have just ran in, but it looked better.
It's
though.
for a great photo op. I hope
Yes.
someone got that, because that'll be a dandy. That'll be on his trading card next year.
Cats finally with that elusive 2-possession lead right here.
There it is. Let's see if he can tack one more on. This is a big point. Snap's good. The hold is good. Carafel blocked. Blocked. They didn't get it. So there it is. So Beaver Dam got their point back. And it is 27-13 Cats with 9:38 to go. Let's go back and take a look at this run by Joey here. That's fun at the end.
Let's see where he takes off here. It was probably right around 3.
Whoop.
2.
He's in.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Huge turnover to start the second half here. We talked about turnovers earlier in the game, and that was the first one, and it's a biggie as the Wildcats are able to convert and move in front by 2 scores here early in the second half.
Not only the big turnover, but then to convert it right away, right?
Yes, exactly. What you need to do. And
put Joey on the whiteboard.
He's on there.
He's on there. Well, he got 3 touchdowns tonight.
That helps you get on there. I think.
He's near the top. 3. Joey's got 3 with still a half a football to go. Gary Lubick says the high school robotics team will be hosting the Chicken Fry. Stop on down tomorrow night at the American Legion. That's some good chicken, by the way. Here we go. Carafel will kick off. Good kick, end over end kick. Fielded back on the 4. Blank's got it. He's patient again. Tries to bust through there. Still on his feet. Taken down on the 24-yard line. Well, the Wildcats, Beaver Dam got the ball in the second half. They put it on the carpet. River Falls recovers and puts up a 6 spot. They're up 27-13 with 9:31 to go here in quarter 3. There is an eternity left in this football game, but it always feels good up by 2 scores.
It really does. It gives you a little bit of breathing room here, and what it may do is force the Golden Beavers to throw the football a little bit more than they have.
Yeah.
They did a nice job in their first touchdown drive mixing in a lot of passes.
That they've only had like 1 or 2 incompletions. Another completion taken down after a 5-yard gain. Now they're not like big time passes, but pretty effective. And they had a long drop, Jeff. That could have went for 70 yards.
That was about an 88-yard touchdown pass that would have been right there, and
just
dropped it, unfortunately, for the Golden Beavers, and that really changed the complexion of this football game.
I got to say hello to my mother, who accidentally tuned into the Beaver Dam broadcast, and she said there was something going on. She goes, "It just wasn't quite the excitement." She goes, "I realized I was on the wrong channel."
She didn't leave it on?
No. So
okay.
Welcome, Mom. Glad you found
right.
I'm glad you're home here on River Falls Sports Broadcasting. Throw to Blank. Pick off!
Simmons.
Oliver Simmons! Dance, get to the end zone, Oliver! Or just get it down to the 13. Oliver Simmons with a huge pick right there. Oh, baby, Jeff, that is huge.
That's huge. That was a clear mix-up in communication that time.
Go ahead. Let's take a look at
Beaver Dam
Oliver.
quarterback looked like he threw it to a spot, and the receiver wasn't there.
Oliver's like, I'll have some of that.
I think he was expecting Blank to stop right there, and Oliver sat on a route and was able to get a nice run back, too.
Really nice. I thought he might take it to the house.
Oliver's 4th interception of the season, and we are already inside
the Sunshine Fund red zone. That's a pretty good ad right there for those folks. And all those commercials, all the replays are brought to you by Leach Insurance. Leach Insurance lookbacks. If you can see Leach on there, let's, right? Yeah, we'll get him next play. Joey Terra Savage outside. He's not going to get there. 6 white jerseys will take him down. Let's go over to thank Leach Insurance for the Leach Insurance lookbacks. All those replays brought to you by Steve Leach down at Leach Insurance. 715-425-0159. Thank you, Steve Leach with Leach Insurance. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Massa to Joey right side. headed towards the end zone.
Touchdown.
That's 4 for Joseph Terra Savage off the right side. Oh, that's a quick kidney punch, jaw punch. 1, 2, 6 more on the board for the Cats.
Turnovers. We talked about them earlier.
They converted them.
2 of them already in the first 4 minutes of the second half here, and the Wildcats convert both. Now up by 3 scores over the Golden Beavers.
Beaver Dam was kind of in this football game. The Wildcats get the 2 turnovers, and they go solar plexus, jaw on the 2 punches right there. Oh. Now we see if we can get the 1. No, offsides by Beaver Dam. Now let's see if they elect to go for the 2. Maybe.
They may.
I know they're pacing the sidelines. They're looking.
Yep, here they go. Well, Tino's trying to talk him into
Tino's
it.
like, let's go for 2. And he said, 2. We want 2. And still conferring. Maybe a timeout to discuss. I didn't see a timeout called. You don't want to delay a game.
No. Clock starting
now. So they might have something up their sleeve right here.
Yeah, if they got a real good play, I don't know if I'd waste it right here, though.
Yeah, maybe not.
Might want to save it for a
rainy day.
For a rainy day, yes.
Yeah. That's a little more rainy than right now. 33-13.
10, 9, 8, 7.
You're going to go 2.
Yep, they missed it. They didn't get it.
They didn't get it. We talked about that as they were huddling. Like, I think it was at 0. You got to give them the snap there, don't you?
No, the kicker goes back out in the field. Yeah, they just didn't get in fast enough. I mean, that was.
All right, we saw that happening. You get him some wings.
Get him some wings. There you go, Rob.
Yeah, that was very nice hospitality by the
Ryan Bishop.
Ryan Bishop and the Boosters they brought in some wings and curds. Very good. Had a couple of those at halftime.
La Crosse Central now leads Menasha by a score of 22-14 in the third quarter. Carafel lining up for the extra point.
High snap, kick is up. It looks good, and it is good. I want to see that kid kick a field goal because he has got a nice leg. Carafel puts on the 1, 34-13 Cats, just like that with 8:08 to go here in the third. Scott Mann from Southeastern Tennessee said, you asked me to bring some good luck. Well, Scott, ever since you tuned in, it's been pretty much all good luck.
It kind of has been.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Scott. Appreciate it. Appreciate your loyal viewership as well.
Let's go back, take a look at that one more time, just because that was so good. Sometimes the replays are just so good, we'll watch them twice.
And off to Terra Savage, right up the middle.
Boom. They go right side there a little more. And this little seam there. Less white shirts over there on the right side, and got a block he needed and ran it in. 4 touchdowns for Joseph Terra Savage tonight.
Not a bad day.
And not too shabby. Still a lot of game left. All right, here we go. Carafel will be kicking off from the 40. Kick is away. It's a high end of run kick. That's going to be fielded down on the 7. Runs it right up the middle. Got a little bit of a seam and taken down on the 30.
That was Ashton Seifert with the run. New Richmond now leads Ashwaubenon by a score of 49-14 in the third quarter. That's now in running clock territory, that game is.
Hey, here's something for you, color commentator. This is from Greg Peters.
Yes, with that touchdown, Terra Savage now has the all-time single-season record of rushing touchdowns with 25, breaking Jonas Severson's record of 24 from a few years back. Congratulations, Joe.
That's a nice little piece to put on.
Not bad. More to come, I assume.
Holding, you had a holding penalty here. Flag on the play, holding on Beaver Dam. So that return is going to be negated and taken back. That's a frustrating penalty for your team. And you watch a Packers game that happens, you're just like, God, it was a nice return out to the 40.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're on the 12.
Yep.
So same thing for Beaver Dam. They had a nice return out to the 30, and then we'll start on their 12. Now they're in a situation where they're kind of have to get out of their game plan. Though their passing has been good tonight, they'll stick with the run here. They move it forward with their big horse. We just call his name all night long on offense and defense, Parker Blank. Thade Dreyer on the tackle for the Cats.
Gain of about 7. Wildcats are very, very content to let the Golden Beavers run some clock here, Kevin, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, then that's an advantage, too, of getting that big lead. This team is not a team that scores quickly. Typically, looks like an early motion there, and it was. That's a flag on the play. I think we got some early movement by Beaver Dam. Dead ball, and it is a false start on Beaver Dam. Looks like the receiver here on the near side got a little bit of a fast start.
The winner of this game will face either Menasha or La Crosse Central next week. Menasha trailing La Crosse Central 22-14 in the third quarter.
Back to pass, crossing route. Good stick. Get on that football. They're going to call it incomplete, never had possession. Boy, that's one of those that was really close, and good hard hit on Max Moritz, and he never did secure it. Incomplete. 3rd and 8 for Beaver Dam. It was close. I thought maybe he had made a football move, but not much argument either way. Incomplete. 3rd and 8.
Puts the Golden Beavers in a passing situation right here, which is not where they want to be.
No. Rolling out to his left, looking down the field, being heavily pursued, and he's going to run it. Now he's going to pass it. That one's picked off. Todd Benedict in plus territory. 3rd turnover of the half, and the Wildcat defense came out to play here in half 2. We've kind of seen it all season long. Second half has been really good for the Cats, and tonight no different.
Yeah, 3 turnovers in less than 5 minutes here. And
watch Benedict.
Benedict. He just sat on it and
boop. I'll pick that right out of the sky.
Tried to throw it over his head, and it didn't work. Boy, what a second half of the season Todd Benedict's had.
That's unbelievable. I'm going to put him on the whiteboard just because the kid's everywhere.
He had an interception last week as well.
So Beaver Dam really has hung around, but the turnovers are not helping them, especially if the Wildcats turn them into 6 every time. Joey up through the gut, and Beaver Dam has 9 white shirts on him, and he'll stop him after 5.
Well, the Wildcats are content to run some clock here with a 21-point lead midway through the third quarter.
Yeah, we talked about the average score offensively for the Cats this season, just over 40.
They're right on pace.
Right on pace. Joey to the outsides, got the edge, the 20, the 10, the 5, shoulder, out at the 1. 2, steps out at the 2. Yeah, they cave into the middle to stop Joey, then they pitch one to the outside and let him get off to the races, and he almost ran that in. He had to put a shoulder down on the guy, and he bumped him out at the 2. 1st and goal from the 2 here in the Sunshine Fund red zone. We're in it. We're out of it. They're quick.
So something tells me they're going to give another shot at it here. Josh Jenkins, the fullback.
Joey for 5! Thank you, Joseph Savage.
Well, there's some flags.
That's after the play, though, or is that after the touchdown? Some unsportsmanlike conduct of some type.
By somebody.
Let's see if they give the the touchdown if it's after the play or not. They came in way late after the celebration.
There were 3 refs that threw it at the same time.
Something happened. Dead ball. Personal foul. River Falls. I couldn't tell if it's assessed after the touchdown, though. Somebody was giving somebody the business down there in the pile. I still don't know if the touchdown counts. And maybe it's assessed on the kickoff. I'm not sure how that works in high school football. That's what it seems like here to me, because they're going to kick the extra point, so the score is good.
Yep, they'll assess that on the kickoff.
They're at their average right now at 40.
At 40, Terry Savage's 5th touchdown of the game.
Whew. That's gaudy. How many running backs get 5 in a game? Get him the grinder. It's not over yet, is right. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and Gavin Carafel, another one banged right through the center of the uprights and puts the Wildcats up 41-13 with 6:36 to go, still to go here in the third.
Yeah, and I think
Let's
this will
go
be
back and take a look at that, Jeff.
Yeah, let's look at this play, and then I'm going to give a shout-out to the offensive line here. Watch Josh Jenkins making a really good block there, clearing the way for Terry Savage, who that's one of the easier touchdowns he's had all season. Offensive lines from left to right, Sam Simpson at left tackle, McKeon Grathwall at left guard tonight, Vince Anderson at center, right guard Griffin Klecker, right tackle Sean Vorwald. And the tight ends have been doing a good job blocking too, Austin Starright and Cal Dumond. Just a good team effort by the Wildcats offense tonight. And they're at their average.
41. What did you say? It was like 40.7?
40 point something, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they're right there at their average.
Well, a game at halftime that was
in doubt.
A little in doubt, I'd say, and we were a little nervous up here. It's turned into a 28-point lead, yes, not victory yet.
Yeah, Amy Jones says, is Joey playing college football next year? He's scheduled to go to Dordt College.
Dordt
in
University in Iowa. That's an NAIA school. He committed this summer. Lacrosse Central now leads Menasha by a score of 30-14.
We'll get that updated for you. There it is, 30-14. The final, Oshkosh North 28, Marshfield 7. Central leads Menasha 30-14, and Richmond 49-14 over Ashwaubenon. Did we get a Hudson score against Sun Prairie East?
We'll work on that.
Okay, that'd be kind of interesting. Here's a shorter, the kick back down to the 20 after the 15-yard penalty. Runs forward, out to the edge, and taken down in really good field position for Beaver Dam at the 46. McPherson and Oliver Simmons on the tackle on the far side.
Other Big River scores in the third quarter. Chippewa Falls leads Waunakee by a score of 21-14. Interesting.
Good one. Excuse me.
Another one. Onalaska leads Menominee by a score of 27-24. That game early in the fourth quarter. And I'll get to the one you asked me about here in a second.
Hudson Sun Prairie East. That's a new back running there.
Hudson leads Sun Prairie East by a score of 29-6. That game early in the fourth quarter, and I'll get you a Rice Lake score too. I think that's the only one we haven't got.
That was Kodiak Kaczynski on the carry there. I haven't called his name.
What a great name that is, huh?
Kodiak Kaczynski. He's on honorable mention all names team instantly with that name. Kodiak Kaczynski. Kodiak. Kodiak's a good name.
It's a great name. Wish I would have named one of my kids
Kodiak. You could pick all bear names.
I don't think my bride would have went for that one, though.
How about Kodiak?
Kodiak Johnson.
Kodiak. That's a good name, Jeff.
Rice Lake defeated Kaukauna 30-20.
Huh.
So they advance.
Rice Lake advances. Yeah, McKeon getting some good blocks in for Joey. Yeah, we noticed that. Definitely. 3rd and 1. Clock continues to run. Still just a ton of time left in this game. 41-13. Fake it. Blank to the outside. He's got first down yardage. He's still playing hard, isn't he? Good athlete. Blank runs that forward for about 7 or 8. Move the chains for Beaver Dam.
Good football player. Said it all night, but he's impressive.
The Garage Bikes and Brews said they like Sam Simpson playing tough on the left side of the line. Blocking for the aforementioned Joseph Terra Savage.
There's Blank again.
The Garage Bikes and Brews Garage Gridiron Grinder of the game. It's a coveted award. You go to graduation parties, you always see that thing up on tables, right?
Yeah.
Next to the baby pictures and, the other trophies they've won. And there's the Gridiron Grinder, the Garage Gridiron Grinder. Tough to win those. And if you get one, you might want to hang on to it. 2nd down and 4. Straight up the middle. Taken down after a short gain. It'll be 3rd and 2. Blank again on the carry.
Wildcats perfectly content to let the Golden Beavers run the football here as the clock is moving.
And they continue to huddle up, too. Landon Paymatter off the field. Blank's wants to pass it. He's going to chuck it up there and wide right, incomplete. And Blank got hit after he threw that. Pretty good coverage down there. I didn't see who was covering.
McPherson was on the play.
Yeah, good coverage. Trying to throw it to the outside, let him go get it. Just wasn't able to get there. Now it's 4th and 2. Big play for Beaver Dam. Hey, Mike Dunham. You said he forgot to check in. He's down in Tucson, rooting on the Wildcats.
A little warmer there.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking in, Uncle Mike.
4th and 2. Blank's got it. He's going to pitch it and taken down. He didn't get it. He's
still fighting. I think he's short.
He's 2 yards short, and the Wildcats will take over on downs. 3 turnovers and a stop on 4th down.
That makes it tough. They've had 4 possessions already this quarter, and none of them went well.
Let's pull up the weather bug there.
Feels a little colder. I don't think that heat's working anymore in here.
Right there. Let's.
Probably a little warmer in Tucson, Mike.
There it is.
Yeah.
45 here.
You know what? It kind of feels like it's 41-ish. Must be that 8-mile-an-hour wind.
All right. Wildcats take over on downs. 1st and 10, up 41-13. Massa to Joey. He's off that left edge, running. Now we got a flag on the play.
And a fumble and a touchdown for the Golden Beavers.
There is a flag on the play, though. Let's see.
Guess who? Parker Blank was able to strip the ball and run it in.
I think this referee here is going to say he's stopped, but let's see. We got a flag.
We got a lot to sort out here.
Lots to sort. Well, I don't know. We don't know who the penalty is on. Let's see there. Let's start there. Let's see if forward progress was stopped. I don't know. A lot going on. Let's watch the referees, and you can sort this out with us at home.
This might take a while.
See, the Wildcat offense is still on the field. And the Beaver Dam defense is still on the field, so I don't think it's going to be a Beaver Dam touchdown. Looks like they're going to march this one against the Golden Beavers.
5-yard penalty. What'd they call? Face mask? A 5-yard face mask?
5-yard garden variety face mask, it looked like was the call. I didn't know they had such a thing in high school football, but that's what they called.
I'm not sure they do, Kevin.
Yeah, right? They used to call that the garden variety.
Incidental. That's an incidental face mask.
Yeah, the garden variety,
All right.
incidental. Got a finger up in there.
That saved
Yeah.
7.
So those of you from River Falls, if you ever get down in the Beaver Dam area or you're on Highway 151 that goes right past their high school, look up on the roof of their high school. They have a giant golden beaver right there on the roof.
Is it gold?
It's got a big gold sweater on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Sweater.
It's got a sweater. Yeah, like a beaver sweater. It's a
Oh,
nice turtleneck. Nice turtleneck on the beaver.
Well, that helps.
It's kind of like their logo.
Yeah.
See, it's got the turtleneck.
Yeah,
on
it helps on a night like this.
Yeah.
The sweater, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
don't
and
want
5.
the beaver to get cold.
Right. He's up on the roof all the time.
Yeah. In the elements.
Kind of like the Chippewa Falls Cardinal up on
Yeah,
the
that's
roof.
always up there too.
It's kind of like that.
The
the
dog.
Oshkosh North. Or excuse me, Eau Claire North.
Eau Claire North, yeah. I think there's an eagle at Memorial. We don't have a Wildcat, do
No,
we?
the Cats need to get that thing going.
Yeah.
Where's the cat? Get a cat up there.
Maybe kick in for that.
Right. Back the pass. Massa's going aerial. And that's long and almost, I don't know who that was to. That was to no man's land. And that falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 5. (41-13). Massa gives it to Joey up the middle. He's right near first down yardage. I think he's got more than enough for first down yardage. They're going to move the chains. I can still hear the pads popping.
And New Richmond games moved into the 4th quarter. That score remains 49-14. Running clock game at New Richmond High School.
Similar to this game score-wise. We get
very similar.
one more on there. First set of downs for the Cats. Trying to burn clock. Just under 3 minutes to go here in quarter 3. Joey's bouncing into the outside and taken down after a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, another touchdown, you're right, Kevin, and an extra point would move this game into a
running clock
situation.
I'm assuming they have that in playoffs. I don't know that for a
they
fact.
do.
Okay, very good. This has been a very slow third quarter. I feel like we've been here in third quarter for a long time.
A lot of turnovers. Change of possessions.
Wildcats have put up 20 in quarter 3. That's healthy. Joey again, this time off the right side, moving forward. 3 or 4 Beavers get to him. Short gain. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Menasha has scored. That game is now still in the third quarter. La Crosse Central 30, Menasha 20.
20 for Menasha.
5 seconds left in the third quarter from UW La Crosse.
3rd and 4. See if we can get a conversion here. 2 receivers up top, 2 backs in the backfield. Massa handed off. Joey plunges forward. He's got first down yardage and more. He's into layer 3. And the safety's got to come up and make a tackle. Move the chains for the Wildcats. That's just a huge first down. And just sucking the will to live out of the Golden Beavers. I guess that's maybe a little strong, but you know what I mean.
No, you're right. It kind of is. You got guys playing both ways for Beaver Dam, and it's tough.
Joey again. He's still got a pretty fresh set of getaway sticks, even after 5 touchdowns and 100 and some yards. Nice carry on first down, 2nd and 4. How many yards does Joey have so far?
I'll get that for you.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll go through that at the end of got another minute here.
Yeah, you can tee that up. Second and 6. Joey cuts it back. He's taken down for a loss of 3. You don't get to say that too often. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Really nice play that time by number 28. That's Jace Barstow.
Linda Nord says the cat is in the commons at the high school. Oh, there you go.
Well, I've seen that one. Yeah. There's not one on the roof.
Not one on the roof, though. Ain't one on the roof.
Cat.
Get the shop class on that. Put something together. Someone build a cat.
With a sweater.
With a sweater, right. 3rd and 8. Massa looking, crossing route. Oh, Benedict got hit right in the kisser by Blank. and a flag on the play.
Yeah, it was that last part, I think.
Right.
That
it was a
got
good
him the
hit.
Penalty.
It was a last little push at the end.
Little frustration, I'm sure.
Right. To be honest with you, to me, it's a little tic-tac. The kid's been playing hard all game. But
for sure.
Referee saw the two-handed push away there, didn't like it, and called a penalty. And that's going to give the Wildcats a first down.
It will. That was Parker Blank there on the coverage and made a nice hit, and I think it was that little extra one right at the end.
That little extra push at the end. Again, I don't know. Blank's going to come over here and talk to the ref, and he's like, come on, man, I put a good lick on the guy. Just letting him know I'm here. And the ref's like, you can't do that. He's like, sorry, you can't do that. So, I don't know. It's not really in my wheelhouse of things I like to see for a flag.
No, I would agree.
But in this day and age, you can't do that. 1st and 10.
I would agree.
He wasn't really vicious. Maybe he put a good hit on him.
Just a little push.
Yeah, a little push after the play was over. That did it. So that'll put the Wildcats into Beaver Dam territory here. 1st and 10. Bartlett, the sophomore, the road grader, pushes it forward for 4.
Little miscommunication there on the handoff.
Yeah. So Bartlett, the sophomore, is in. I'm guessing you're not going to see a lot more of Joey.
He's walking back on the field
right now. He's like, I want to play some more. And that will be the end of quarter 3. So there's 3 in the books from David Smith Stadium at Raymer Field on the campus of the University of Wisconsin, River Falls, WIAA Division II Level 1 football. It's your River Falls Wildcats 41. The Beaver Dam Golden Beavers 13. We're going to quarter 4. Let's roll through and thank all of our sponsors. Yeah, let's start right there. First National Bank of River Falls, proud sponsors of everything Wildcat Sport, right here on the River Falls Sports YouTube network. The Garage Bikes and Brews. We're going to be handing out the Garage Grinder of the game soon. We want to thank Callie down at River City Stitch, 715-425-7088 for all of your Wildcat gear needs. I want to thank Allie Massa with the Massa Mortgage Team. She'd love to quarterback your next home loan. Black Wolf Exteriors. Thank you, Joe Karras with Black Wolf Exteriors. And Jenny Rivard with State Farm Insurance. And, of course, Steve Leach. Every one of those replays is brought to you by Steve Leach with Leach Insurance. Thank you, Leach Insurance. And I want to thank Sarah Jenkins with Property Executive Real Estate. And then also we need to thank our super fan tonight, Mr. Nick Kaliva with Earthworks Landscaping, the Wildcat superfan right here. Thank you, Nick Kaliva, for sponsoring tonight's game. He paid the ransom fee with the WIAA, $250. Thank you, Nick Kaliva. Nick allowed you to tune in tonight. So if you see Nick, stop on down to Earthworks, say thank you for sponsoring tonight's game. Hand off to Joey. Off the left side, pushes it forward for 4 more. It'll be 3rd and 3 or 4.
Stats after the third quarter, courtesy of Dan Jenkins.
Yeah.
Tino Massa, 15 of 21 for 204 yards and a touchdown. Joseph Terasavage, 30 carries, 150 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Nice.
For Terasavage.
Nice.
Receiving Mason Novak, 9 receptions for 139 yards and a touchdown. Todd Benedict, 4 receptions for 52 yards.
The road grader, the sophomore, pushing it forward for 8 more. First down.
Thade Dreyer with 9 tackles. Blake Schneider with 6.
We're going to miss Joey Terasavage next year, but I'm looking forward to watching Trevor Bartlett. He's just a sophomore. He wears the orange shoes. He's a good running back.
Runs hard. He's very decisive.
North and south runner. He's our own very own Scattaboo. He's got it now. Forward, similar frame.
Yep.
Kind of square. Bartlett for 5 more.
Big kid for a sophomore.
And we're in the Sunshine Fun Red Zone once again. We've lived there tonight. Pack a lunch, getting that Sunshine Fun Red Zone. Injury on the field, that'll give us a chance to thank maybe our main sponsor, First National Bank of River Falls. Let's go back and watch this one right there again. We got time.
All right, team, this is it. Today we leave it all on the teller line. No shortcuts, no miscalculations, and every transaction counts. So let's get out there, give it everything we've got, and show our customers that with First National Bank of River Falls, they can always count on us every step of the way.
To put it all on the line. Ooh, yeah. Time to put it all on the line. When they time to put it all on the line. Yeah, put it all. When they
Back to the action. Play action. Looking. Massa, end zone. Caught. Is he in bounds? He's out of bounds. Nice catch down here on the near side by Cal Dumont, but just out of bounds. It falls incomplete. That ball looked maybe a little slippery. Got out of his hands like a little bit like a wounded duck as well.
It's cold.
Yeah.
Probably not super easy to throw the football, but nice attempt at a catch that time by Dumont, and just was unable to get the foot in.
3rd and 5. Trevor Bartlett in the backfield. They'll give it to the road grader, who's pushing forward, and I think he's got enough for a first down.
Very close. See what they decide here.
He is a great north-south runner.
Down.
Joey's Tarasavage back in the game.
Bartlett limps off the field here.
He's got a little hitch in his giddy-up. Who's in the backfield with him there as well?
Tarasavage back in the game
and
now.
Who's the blocking back?
It's Josh Jenkins.
Jenkins. Joey forward for 5 more. So I'll just say what a lot of people are probably thinking with the game at 41-13 in the 4th. At what point do you just take Joey and say nice game and put him on the sideline?
I think he was intending to there, but Bartlett unfortunately went out with an injury.
Yeah.
And
Josh Jenkins out of the game. Stelreich into the game. Leroy Larson says, give yourself the grinders, guys. Not the way it works. Joey again. Still going. Running guys over. Get to the end zone, kid. Get 6. Oh man, almost.
Short.
There was just a ton of want-to on that run there by Joseph Tarasavage. I think he's about at 160 yards now about. He had 150, I think you said earlier.
Yep, I think he's going to get one more opportunity here.
Let's give him another touchdown at this point. Set all-time records. First and goal from the 1. Jenkins and Tarasavage in the backfield. Give it to Joey for a half a dozen. He's in. Wildcats score again. And that's 6 touchdowns for Joseph Tarasavage. Another flag on the play in the back of the end zone. I didn't see any players back there. Little skirmish.
Little celebration might have been
a little skirmish.
Excessive.
Yeah. 47-13 Cats, and boy, what a second half by River Falls.
Yeah, their second half football team. We've talked about it all season, and those 3 turnovers.
Unsportsmanlike conduct
made
on
all the
River
difference.
Falls. That'll be assessed on the kick, just like the last one.
Gavin Carafell will try to turn this into a running clock game here.
Good snap, good hold, kick is up, almost blocked, but Carafell bangs it through like he has all season. 48-13, I think we go running clock now. Go back and watch a replay here. Joseph Tarasavage, 6th touchdown of the game, off tackle behind the bigs. 6. So, Jeff, one of our keys to the game was we knew this Beaver Dam team was a talented team, but we knew they had a lot of guys that played both ways. And one of our early comments in the pregame was, these teams they start out strong and they look good, but they get tired as the game goes on, and maybe that's happened here tonight.
Yeah, they did, and I think that they became tired and a little demoralized after those 3 quick turnovers to start the second half, and it's just really tough to recover from them. They were all made in the first 5 minutes of the half, and the Wildcats converted all 3 for touchdowns, and between that and the dropped potential long touchdown pass in the second quarter, those 4 plays right there just changed everything.
Yep, that long touchdown pass drop, that was at a pretty key juncture too. They were rolling. I think they would have maybe taken a 2 touchdown lead at that point potentially. I think if I remember correctly, they were up by 1.
And the Wildcats were really struggling on defense, trying to contain Parker Blank, and then the Beaver Dam passing game was able to come alive a little bit during that stretch, and unfortunately for them, it was a drop pass, and then bombarded with some turnovers to start the second half, and that's all she wrote.
And you took every one of those turnovers and converted it into points. That was huge. And there they took a 4th down stop and converted it into points.
Mm-hmm.
And Beaver Dam runs it back out to the 42 after kicking from their own 25 because of the 15-yard penalty, a unsportsmanlike penalty again. So
Coach Schurz was not happy about that.
No,
which he shouldn't be.
So there's 9:16 to go, and now we're at running clock, Jeff. And I think if you score 6 touchdowns in a high school football game, you're the garage grinder of the game. Can you argue that or not?
Tara Savage, 34 carries, 167 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah. That's crazy numbers.
Throw it here.
Play action. You're going to heave it long. Got a man, and there's a flag on the play. So how many carries did Joey have again?
34.
For 167 and 6.
Yep.
Yikes. That's pretty good.
And I assume his day is done.
Yeah, I would think. Let's go back here, right here. Get 1 second. We've talked about the man-up movement during halftime. Again, there's the Venmo. River Falls Robotics, the Accessibility of Wisconsin, combined with the Accessibility of River Falls group and the River Falls Sunshine Fund are going to be our 3 recipients this year for the man-up movement. And there's the Venmo, $100 each for 100 men. Love to have you. Back to pass, looking, crossing route, and just too tall for the intended receiver, number 8, Max Moritz.
Final score, New Richmond 49, Ashwaubenon 14.
Final.
So New Richmond will host Oshkosh North next Friday night in Level 2 of the WIAA Division II playoffs. Group 1. Menasha still trailing La Crosse Central 30-20 in the 4th quarter. Big River's having a good night. Chippewa Falls 21, Waunakee 21 in the 4th quarter.
Back to pass. Sacked!
That is number 20, Brecken French with the sack.
Brecken French bringing the goods. Here it is, Jeff, on the replay.
It's number 20 at the bottom of your screen right there.
Hey, no one's going to block
unblocked.
me. Unblocked.
Somebody missed an assignment.
Wraps up and gets the sack. 3rd and 20. I'm going to start packing up the Grinder Trophy and my gear and maybe head down field side to try to get a post-game interview with Joseph Tarasavage, tonight's Garage Grinder of the game. Caught, headed towards first down yardage. I think he's got it.
That's Ashton Seifert.
On a 3rd and 20.
Late in the 4th quarter, Menominee 31, Onalaska 27. 17 seconds left in that game. Onalaska has the ball 1st and goal.
Yeah, a lot of people commenting, say they're having fun watching the Cats this year. A lot to like, and it has been a lot of very fun Friday nights.
Yes, it has.
Well, Jeff, I'm going to grab my gear. I'm going to grab a grinder trophy, and I'm going to head down field side and put Rob Derry on the horn with you. And I'm going to grab a camera and a microphone and go down and get a post-game interview with Joseph Tarasavich. And Evan's going to pull up the Garage Bikes and Brews logo and put it up in the right corner when I do the interview. That's a good one. Whatever you feel. You're the artist on that. I'll see you guys field side.
All right.
I just got done eating wings.
You get a lot of wings, Rob.
They were good. A little cold, but I'm not picky.
No. Thank you, Kevin. We'll take you the rest of the way here as...
Yeah, do you have me on this one? You're good.
Yeah, we got you. French almost with another sack, but that's a touchdown for the Golden Beavers.
Huh.
Pass caught by Landon Palmenter for the touchdown.
Suppose we'll go for 2 here, huh?
Nice pass that time by Jackson Landron. He hung in there, took a hit from French, and was able to complete a pass for a Golden Beaver touchdown. That makes the score 48-19, pending the 2-point conversion. Clock stops for the 2-point conversion. That's blank, and he's into the end zone for 2 more.
Yeah, guess who?
That makes the score Wildcats 48, Golden Beavers 21.
5 minutes left to go in the contest.
The Wildcats will move on, I think it's safe to say, to level 2.
Yeah, I think we can say that at this point.
Where they'll likely face La Crosse Central right here at David Smith Stadium next Friday night. La Crosse Central now leads Menasha by a score of 38-20.
We've gone from Westy's hometown rival to mine.
Yeah, that's right.
What are the odds of that? Who do you hate? Maybe we get them third.
School from the New Berlin, Milwaukee area. I don't think we're going to get any of those. Huh. Maybe as we go further, past level 3. We'll see.
I don't really hate Central. No, they were our rival, though.
I don't hate anybody.
Yeah, I know. That was a little strong.
Yeah, just Hudson.
I can get on board with that.
That was too easy. 5:05 left here in the 4th quarter. Wildcats lead Beaver Dam by a score of 48-21. We'll see what the Golden Beavers do here. I assume this will be in some sort of an onside kick.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
It's a good one. McPherson catches the onside kick. It's a pretty solid high school onside kick, Rob. It got a good bounce. And
yeah, beautiful. I actually thought they might recover that.
And the clock will continue to run here. Under 5 minutes left.
A little wind noise on the old
yeah.
Maybe that's Westy's mic. Huh.
It's probably in the elevator. Unless he's down there
yeah,
already.
Right. Should be seeing some subs here, I would imagine. Hope Bartlett's okay. He's still he's still on the bench. Doesn't look too severe though.
See, Wildcats trying to decide who's gonna come out here on offense, and they're gonna take a timeout.
Gotta do some figuring.
I think they wanted to run the clock all the way down as much as they could.
Right.
4:02 left here in the 4th quarter. Looks like some subs are coming in, which I think is the right move. We'll try to call out some of these names for you as they come out in the field. Colton Nesbitt, number 17, will come in at quarterback. At running back, we see number 10, that's Jamel Lattimore. Number 28 is Zach Faulkner. See number 88 out there. That's Chase Radloff.
I saw a 97. That doesn't look like a normal number. Thought I did anyway.
97. I don't have a name for that one.
Maybe it was a 7-7. I don't know.
81, James Treichel on the near side. I think we're going to see a lot of handoffs here, Rod.
I would imagine.
There's one to Lattimore. Up the middle. Nice gain for the junior, Jamel Lattimore. Let's see who else we got out there. Number 58 is Cody Hastings. '77 is McKeon Grathwall still out in their field. And we have an injury for the Golden Beavers.
Oh. That's not good.
59, Landon Linder. 56, Nathan Johncox.
The Golden Beaver looks to be cramping or something mild. He's up.
It's about that time of the game.
Cold. You can get dehydrated, though, when it's cold.
Oh, yeah. Yep. .542 left in the fourth. Lacrosse Central still leads 38-20 over Menasha.
Hudson's going to win. Is that right?
We'll check that here.
We've got a Rice Lake win. We've got a New Richmond win. What's Chippewa at?
Chippewa Falls 21-21
Ooh,
overtime.
Oh, nice.
Overtime at Wanakee.
People getting their money's worth.
Boy, the Wanakee fans are...
They're probably nervous as a long-tailed
you
cat
think?
in a room full of rocking chairs, right? Meow!
Menominee did fall to Onalaska by a score of 34-31.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Must have been a good one. Where that was at Onalaska?
At Onalaska,
yeah.
touchdown with about 10 seconds left for the Hilltoppers. Rice Lake won. We talked about that earlier.
Pretty good buddy's child is their quarterback, Cole.
For who? For
Onalaska's basketball coach, Craig Cole.
Oh, sure.
Kid, yeah.
Yep.
He's their quarterback, his son. I think his youngest son, I believe, is the last one.
Get that Hudson score here for you in a second.
Another run up the middle for a short gain, if any gain.
Final, and from Hudson, the Raiders 35, Sun Prairie East 20.
Oh, nice.
So Hudson advances.
Perfect.
So Hudson's through, Rice Lake's through, New Richmond's through, River Falls is through.
We've got everybody but Menominee who almost got through.
And Chippewa Falls is in
right.
overtime
OT,
right now.
right.
Yep, we'll keep an eye on that game for you.
Wish I could kind of watch that one. I bet it's exciting. We'll try to find the replay maybe.
It looks like a good one.
That was a 1-8.
Wanakee scored to start overtime. They lead 28-21. The Cardinals have the ball. They just convert a first down. I bet they go for two, Rob, if they score.
Oh, yeah. You think?
I think you have to, right?
Be more surprised, huh? Imagine if they kicked one. Shocker.
No. Minute 57. Wildcats lead 48-21 over Beaver Dam.
Oh, I see Wesley prowling the sidelines.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Wildcats will be back here next Friday night in Level 2 of the Division II WIAA playoffs, where they'll face the Riverhawks from La Crosse Central High School. In all likelihood.
He'll always be the Red Raider to me.
Yeah.
You're on the wrong road.
I believe they're short, and they are. That was Lattimore.
About a yard short, it looks like.
And the Golden Beavers will take over at right around the 45-yard line, with clock still running at 1:30 here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this one's all over but the crying now.
There's a run by number 5. Is
that Kodiak?
Oh, 54. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Michael Keberline.
Oh, it is 54 running the ball. Huh.
Boy, the Golden Beaver bench is fired up at Heberline.
Huh.
Dragging the entire Wildcat defense for a couple of first downs. See if they can get it to him one more time here, Rob.
Why not?
Clock under 30 seconds. He's playing quarterback right now, Heberline.
Whatever works.
Yeah. No. We give it number 32. That is Kodiak Kaczynski. 5 seconds left. Let's see if they use a timeout. They do not. And that's your game. The Wildcats advance. Final score, River Falls 48, Beaver Dam 21. Wildcats improve their record to 9-1 for the season.
Let me do one sound check up there. All right.
It's kind of dicey.
Yeah, a little tight to start, but I never worry too much because these guys always perform in the second half for some reason. Again, I want to know what Coach Schurz does in there at halftime because it's effective.
It really is. You know, they're certainly assisted by 3 turnovers.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, they've been a second half football team for the majority of this football season, and
pretty much every game.
Yeah, pretty much every game. And the game was close at halftime. Wildcats were only up by 1 score, and Beaver Dam started the second half with possession of the football, and it's still a football game. And like we said,
fellas, I'll bring them closer.
Yep, you got to come. Yep.
Come over, Joey. Let's come up over here. Otherwise, this mic doesn't reach if I don't get you. How about right now, guys? We're good right there. Let's get right here, Joey. I'm with Joseph Tarasavage. Level 1, you're moving on. How does it?
Oh, it feels great. You know, all the preparation that we've put in, it's starting to pay off, and it's great to see how the boys are moving today.
Let's talk a little bit about Joseph Tarasavage tonight. 34 carries, 167 yards, 6 touchdowns, a new River Falls High School record. How does that feel?
Feels. O-line, it's nothing. I mean, if I don't got them boys up, I can't do nothing without them. So I got to give it all to them.
How are you feeling? You know, this is your 10th game of the season. How do you feel?
Body feels great. You know, I married quite a bit, so she does God's work over in the training room. So to her, I'm feeling so good still.
1 under the belt. How deep can this team go in the playoffs this year?
We can go all the
back here next Friday night facing the 4-5 winner. You're tonight's Garage Gridiron Grinder of the game, Joseph Tarasavage. That's a gnarly one. You comb your hair with that bad boy right there. Congratulations on one pop right here. You're tonight's Garage Gridiron Grinder. Let's go get him next week, Joey. Great game, new high school record here at River Falls High School. Thanks again, sir. Let's take this right back upstairs. Jeff Johnson and Joey, hold tight. I'm going to get your picture.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Interviewing tonight's Garage Gridiron Grinder of the game, that's Joseph Tarasavage. New school record for single-season touchdowns. 6 of them tonight.
That's a bunch.
That's a lot. Half a dozen as the Wildcats move on to level 2 with a 48-21 victory over the Golden Beavers from Beaver Dam High School, who put up a valiant effort. We're in this game at halftime, and the Wildcats pulled away with a flurry of forced turnovers and points to start the third quarter.
Yeah, a few too many mistakes by the Golden Bear, and it cost them.
Yep. Wildcats will move on. There's 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the 4-5 game that Kevin referred to. La Crosse Central leads Menasha by a score of 38-20. So we'll likely see the Riverhawks here next Friday night from La Crosse Central High School. Level 2 of the WIAA playoffs right here at David Smith Stadium next Friday night. So on behalf of Kevin Westhouse, who's working his way up here, I don't think we're going to wait for him, Rob.
No.
Our producer, Evan Peterson, who did an outstanding job of our production for tonight.
Had to fill in for the kid.
Yep. Rob Derry on camera, Dan Jenkins on stats, Chris Larson on the field camera. I am Jeff Johnson signing off from David Smith Stadium. Again, final score, River Falls 48, Beaver Dam 20. We'll see you next Friday night. Good night, everybody.